for the men's Tour Down Under with a high-speed finish. And the Sydney Sixers will take on the winner of tonight's BBL knockout clash between the Hurricanes and the Stars. That's all in sport. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, burst water main causing delays at Norwood at the moment. Port Race Road near Kensington Road. She is day 5 of the Tour Down Under, so look out for detours and delays around Tanunda and the Barossa Valley today. And urgent sewer works at Prospect Main North Road near Alpha Road. Camera Doothie Street at Unley 2. Looking for aged care support in home? Mabel connects you with independent support workers so you can find the help that's right for you. Learn more at mabel.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 13 overnight, sunny and a top of 27 tomorrow. Friday, sunny and 35. Saturday, partly cloudy and heating up to a scorching 42 degrees. Sunday, sunny and 35 degrees. Right now, it's 23 degrees on 5AA. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, our exclusive interview with the SA footy star who's revealed he'll run for Parliament at the state election. See a shocking ambush attack on an Adelaide train, a disabled passenger caught in the chaos. And sleep better, no surgery, the effective alternative for a good night's rest. And it's already available. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show, the 5AA Sports Show.
Coming up, heart in mouth yet again for the Crows. Isaac Rankin, the latest injury scare. Riley O'Brien will tell us more. Where are they now with a Davis Cup champ of the 90s and Jake Lehman? Plus your calls, 8223 0000.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Certainly is that. We're going to get straight into it. It's a Wednesday, far better day than Monday. Timmy G, welcome.
Or Tuesday.
Yeah. What day is it today?
Wednesday.
Oh, Tuesday it is too.
Hump day.
Oh, it's Wednesday today.
I'm fatigued. Look, it's only 3 days into the season.
Well, you've only done 2 nights.
Oh, I know.
Come on.
But it's a big... Well, you've got to concentrate for 3 hours in this show, and that's a big effort for me nowadays.
You've come a 4 weeks holiday, though, like getting to the third day.
Sorry, 5.
Oh, shit.
2 in Japan.
Oh, gee whiz.
Where, boy, did I get some of that Tokyo gear down my tonsils. Do you know they make the world's best whiskey?
In whose opinion?
Oh, well, yeah, probably best. Yeah. Hey, a tough day to nail our top story, I reckon. TDU's always exciting, stage 1. We'll talk about that. The Aussie Open tennis is always popular. Perth Scorchers beat Sydney Sixers. Care factor, Timmy?
Wasn't great.
No, it wasn't great. But I think the top billing is the scare. It was the scare at the Crows training. If there were 3 people you wanted fit and firing and have their best season this year, in this order, to be Thilthorpe, Rankin and Dawson. And Curtin would be a close 4th. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Thilthorpe went off, Rankin went off, Curtin is off, and Dawson was the one that got one of them off.
Wow.
But here's the thing. Early reports about Isaac Rankin with his knee, first report is basically dead. You know, it was like he's gone. Second report was he had an amputated leg.
Oh.
Third report, he had an ACL. Then it dropped to 4th report, it was a corky. Then it was a little scratch. And then he was reported to be playing in the match sim and carved up. I have never in my life followed a couple of things and tweets and that and gone, doom and gloom
there might have been a little
hallelujah.
There might have been some people just maybe panicking on that one.
Yeah, well, you would. I mean, whenever any of those top 4 go down,
you don't want it to be bad.
Heart ski in mouth ski type of stuff. But a man that was right on the scene is Will Crouch, 9 News Sports presenter. Will, welcome.
G'day, guys. Thanks for having me. Got to say, very, very good news that the last report about Rankin is the right one, because it was some heart-in-mouth stuff down there today.
Okay, so you were there. What did he do? He just twisted his knee, or someone fell across him? There was a bit of wrestling?
No, little knee twist. No wrestling, thankfully. Little knee twist. He went down. He looked like he was in a lot of pain at first. There was a bit of wincing. Tried to get up and move around, went back down on the ground, had the doctor come out to him. So was a little bit of alarm there early on, and especially with the week that they've had down there at West Lakes, certainly a high level of concern. He then came off, saw the doctor, And, the assumption was he'd probably go off and get it looked at. So I fired off the tweet about what had just gone on. Lo and behold, 5 minutes later, he's lining up with the starters for matches in. So it's funny how these things can move very quickly down there. You don't want to go early, but he did look like he was in a little bit of pain when that first one happened.
Were you alive as it happens, Will? We thank you for that in the report. So he's okay. Phil Thorpe?
Still a little bit unsure, a little bit of uncertainty around Phil Thorpe. He came off midway through the session. Didn't look like there was too much of an impact moment there, but he was ripping the hand tape off when he came off. So still trying to get to the bottom of that one, fellas.
Okay.
But he's one who I think they just want to take every precaution with, because he, as you well know better than anyone, Rowey, he's such an important part of what they want to do this year.
My word. Now, you got the latest on Dan Curtin. You camped out in front of the hospital.
Mm.
Yeah, long day down at the at West Lakes and the hospital, fellas. But Dan, he's just gone in. He's in great spirits. That's, I think, a really good thing. He went in to see the specialist, came out, was good enough to stop for a chat and told us still undecided on what the next step is, whether that's surgery, whether that's rehab and rest. And he's going to go back to the club personnel now and formulate a little bit of a plan. So we should expect an update potentially today, or at least in the next couple of days, around what is next for Dan Curtin. But undecided on surgery is the very latest from Dan just in this last half hour.
Well, was he moving without crutches? Was he walking? Was he free of any aids?
Yeah, he had the crutches on, but I think that's... he looked like he was moving okay. I know these things, it's hard to tell from the eye test, and you don't want to make assumptions. But, look, he seemed in really good spirits, still using the crutches, but certainly not hobbling around as much as, when it looks bad, it can be bad. It didn't look too bad, fellas. I know there's a lot of guesswork there, but in good spirits, which we love to see.
So, yeah, the bit about no decision as such, that intrigues me.
I think that's quite good. If it was categorically operating, it would be done by now. So obviously they're in two minds between rehab and surgery. Would that what you'd read into it?
I certainly think so, guys.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go back to the club. And, the initial reports were dislocated kneecap, which we know, and that idea that he could be ready for round one. And I think they're obviously playing the long game this season, the Crows. They've got those premiership aspirations, and you just can't take any risks with a guy like Dan Curtin. Top four most important player, you'd assume, as far as things go this season. So I think they're going to play the long game there, leave no stone unturned as far as what is going to be the best outcome to make sure he can play those big midfield minutes and be the game breaker he is when the chips are down in September.
Channel 9's Will Crouch, thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys. Always a pleasure.
Cheers,
Great
Will.
work. Now, we've also got Riley O'Brien on after 5:30, and he'll have the latest because he's a nuclear physicist. He will give us the absolute, this is what's happening.
Beautiful.
He had one job. I text him, Riley, find out op or no op.
Yeah.
In or out.
Well, and
knife or no knife.
Yeah. And that's fair enough too.
Yeah.
What time's he on? 5:30?
5:30.
Yep. All right, we'll look forward to that because, it'd be good for him to contribute something, for his first shot.
Bring something.
Wow.
Bring something, Rob.
Riley.
Come on, Rob.
We want the medical...
I must admit, I enjoyed his company last year.
He was fantastic.
Loved his company.
I reckon he got 3 votes of our guests, and they're Beck Henry too, and they're the best mates.
There you go.
Anyway, stage 1, Tanunda 2, Tanunda, 120.6 kilometres, was won by Lund Andreasen.
Oh, this feels amazing. I can remember the last time I felt like this. This is unbelievable. And the new team, the bike is so fast. My teammates doing an incredible job, and also all the belief from management. We got some emails before this race reminding us the ambition we have for this year and how important it is to work together, and I think we showed that today.
Great accent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lund.
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. That's what you want in a tour down under, don't you?
Stage 1.
Yeah.
Day 5.
Excellent
the best.
result.
And it's just getting hotter and hotter and hotter. Former Aussie skipper Steve Waugh has purchased a stake in, it's the newly formed European T20 Premier League. So it's got heavy backers.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, it is. His team is the Amsterdam Flames.
Mitch Marsh is going to be the captain of the Amsterdam Flames. We signed up Steve Smith, an incredible, one of the all-time great players, and we also signed Tim David, who I think is the best T20 batsman in the world. So you can imagine those players alongside players from Europe, how much it's going to develop the game. And if you're playing alongside the world's best, then the opportunity is pretty unique to develop cricketers from Europe that are world-class cricketers. Do that very quickly.
That was Steve Waugh. They valued his franchise, this is Amsterdam Flames, at 37 million Australians.
I think who was doing that evaluation?
Well, of course they're going to overvalue it.
I don't think it was PricewaterhouseCoopers.
No, an Indian actor and an Indian venture capitalist own the league.
How do you
the owners of the
that
league.
from something that's brand new?
Hasn't even been born.
Here's the value of it. Well, I'm not sure about that, but I think it's a definite ploy to grow the game in Europe, and they're trying to get it into the Olympics. It's going to be 2028.
Yep.
But to be in the Olympics all the time, you probably need more countries playing.
So this will be run out of Ireland, Scotland and the Netherlands. There's 3 teams that have been sold out of 6, Amsterdam, Belfast and Edinburgh. And then there's 3 still to go. Once they'll be sold, they'll be based in Dublin, Rotterdam and Glasgow.
So it's sanctioned by the ICC, the International Cricket Council. It's which is basically ranked by the BCCI, isn't it? We all acknowledge that, don't we?
Yeah, well, they've got
the Indians run.
They've got a fair
cricket.
bit of money.
Yeah,
they do, and most of the leagues they've got a share in it. Is this a sight of what's going to happen here? The Adelaide Strikers will get privately owned.
Everybody we've
franchises.
spoken to, they've said the BBL will probably head towards private ownership.
Would you buy a stake in the Strikers?
Would I?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'd buy a stake in any of our teams. I'm just It's probably too high risk, and again, something I don't know enough about. And they always say, don't go into something you don't know enough about.
Okay, what about gold? It's hit 4,000 US an ounce.
I reckon I had the opportunity in the year 2000. I ignored it. It was about $200 an ounce.
Yeah, I was the same. I was the only clown that didn't buy it back there.
There you go.
What's your favourite sport doco? We ended the show.
That's right, last night.
Sort of like rolling around this. What's your favourite sporting doco ever and why? 8223 0000 is the sport line number. We've got a $50 Powers voucher to give away. My clear one, and it's not really clear, but I loved the Chicago Bulls story, The Last Dance. Absolutely loved it.
Because I'm extremely competitive too. Just not really good enough to back it up usually. But I'm going. I'm gonna fight.
He hauls off and hits me in the chest. And I just haul off and hit him right in the eye. And Phil just throws me out of practice.
The reason being, clearly, Michael Jordan is a fascination.
He is.
As an athlete, how good he was, how determined he was, how mentally tough he was, the demands he had of his team. When you adore an athlete, you don't see all the behind-the-scenes stuff. You just think, well, he's just that great. But no, he trained harder than anyone.
He was typical of any champion. They don't rely on talent.
No.
Most of their
raw talent is not enough.
Most of their champion status comes from their work ethic, their desire, their discipline, their sacrifice. And that's, you could see all of that, but he demanded as much as his teammates as he did on himself. And that's what I loved about it. And, when we were talking about demanding of one another, and I used to talk about healthy friction. You watch that doco, there's lots of healthy friction in it.
I know.
And the barbs that are going one another, but they all just want to win. Yeah. They all want to be the best.
Just an eye-opener about anywhere where you can get in behind the scenes of a great team, I reckon that's riveting viewing. Now, yours is the Rover of Tobruk.
Look, it is. Just on the basketball one, if there is one that you should watch if you love your NBA, is the Best of Enemies. And that is Lakers versus Celtics of that era of the 80s and early 90s.
Okay.
It's an incredible watch.
Larry Bird?
Oh, Larry Bird. He's definitely, but it's Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar just towards the end of his career and the like. It's an amazing doco. That's a cracker.
I wouldn't say I'm an NBA fan.
No.
But I'm a sporting fan.
You would love this
and I
doco.
like greatness.
You would love that.
I saw a highlight reel come up on our Rowey and Timmy Twitter account of Larry Bird. Good, he was good.
Oh, he's a great player.
Oh.
Great player, and you'll see it in that doco.
Okay.
I think you might be able to catch that on iView.
Okay.
Give it a go. The Rover of Tobruk.
That's yours.
And it's mainly...
Is it because you started it?
I reckon out of the 25 minutes, I'm on there 23.
Okay.
But look, in all seriousness, it is about the
great story.
Bob Quinn, of course, my hero. And it tells you about his incredible efforts of
bravery
in war and winning a military medal, but it also talks about his footy career before and after, and the way he just went down and signed himself up in his lunch break. It's quite an amazing story, and look, I can't speak highly enough of him, but what I was so pleased about was that rather than me repeat this story and everything I knew about Bob, this whole documentary just takes all of that with so much more that I didn't know and just puts it together. It's only 25 minutes and it is so
I've
good.
got to watch it.
It normally comes out in around a week before Anzac Day and a week after.
Okay.
And they had it on SBS On Demand last year. So keep an eye out for it. I know the ABC have also shown it, but here's a couple of grabs.
Being a journalist, you learn not to become overawed by the people you meet. You're not supposed to, because you're there to interview, do a job. I got the phone call, it was April 1984, and I remember being excited to meet the great man himself.
He was a celebrity from his football, and he was even more of a celebrity when people heard of his war exploits. Quinn had extraordinary courage, incredible toughness, just an amazing capacity to take and absorb punishment.
Unbelievable story. So what's your favourite sport doco ever and why? 822 300
Already got a couple coming through. Anne just said Starting Five, which is on Netflix. That's an NBA one as well.
Right.
And that follows current day players in their in-season. So that's a good one, Ange. Thank you.
Well.
822 300. Give us a call. We have a $50 Powers voucher up for grabs. As we said, big show. Riley O'Brien from the Crows. Jake Lehman, who's been named the Men's Domestic Player of the Year in Australia. And where are they now? At 5 o'clock. Your call's next. It's 20 after 4.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. 5AA is celebrating local businesses across Adelaide, like Gramazio Foods, SA's only celiac certified food store, Burnside Village, Golden Grove Village, and online at gramaziofoods.com.au. 5AA, supporting local, celebrating SA.
Hi, I'm Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. A new year brings new beginnings, and Adelaide's property market is already alive with opportunity. Dream homes are being listed, offers are being made, and those ready to act are already a step ahead. At Toop and Toop, we don't just open doors. We help you move towards what's next. So if 2026 is your year for change, we're here to help you take the next step with confidence. We've proudly been South Australia's trusted advisors in real estate since 1985. Visit toop.com.au today.
Build like a brick house. Basic Trailers make quality trailers of all sizes here in Adelaide. Made with Australian steel, you get 12 months warranty and factory direct pricing across SA. Visit basictrailers.com.au. Basic Trailers. Basically better.
Get saving now with City Discount Tyres. We're offering great deals on the world's top brands in tyres, wheels, suspension and parts. Suitable for four-wheel drives, SUVs and passenger cars, including Falcon, Michelin, Pirelli, Kumho, Hankook and many more. Finance options available. Search citydiscounttyres.com.au and locate your nearest dealer today. City Discount Tyres. We're driven by value.
A Piermount Hotel is your place to raise a glass, enjoy a great meal and settle in. Download Piermount's First Draft loyalty app to unlock perks, rewards, cheeky offers and member benefits across all 7 Piermount hotels, including the Albion. Plus, your first draft is on us. Enjoy a $10 bonus just for signing up. One app, endless rewards for locals who love their local. Visit piermount.com.au to explore our hotels and download First Draft today.
Simon Leonau is here from Nordic Design Furniture, Adelaide's best kept furniture secret. You know, I think for 54 years, how many people you've made happy.
We enjoy making things to fit. Lots of apartments are suddenly happening in Adelaide. And what's the thing that's challenged with an apartment? It doesn't fit or doesn't even go in the lift.
And you can tell the difference between quality too, when it's real craftsmanship as opposed to an assembly line.
You can tell. We have Australia's largest showroom. Manufacturers generally don't have a showroom.
Simon Leonau from Nordic Design Furniture, Adelaide's best kept furniture secret.
The Floor is Your sale is now on at Choices Flooring. Explore endless ways to design a space that's truly unique to you, with huge savings on flooring and window furnishings. View the catalogue at choicesflooring.com or visit your local showroom.
They say one of life's biggest decisions is buying a home. But sometimes the hardest one is leaving it. At Anglicare SA, we're here to help you stay where you belong, at home. We offer support for everyday things like cleaning, gardening, cooking, but are also experts in care management, allied health, and clinical nursing. Because we believe there's no place like home. Let us help you stay where your heart is. Find out more at Anglicare SA. You are at home.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
23 after 4, your favourite sporting doco. 8223 0000 is our number. We've got a $50 Powers voucher to give away. Some brilliant texts coming in. We'll get to those shortly, but we want you to call in to share yours with us. Let's check your traffic.
G'day there. Monster delays at the moment. It's due to a burst water main at Norwood Footrash Road near Kensington Road. Urgent sewer works also slow at Prospect Main North Road near Alpha Road. And road closures around the Barossa Valley and Tanunda for day 5 of the Tour Down Under. Cameras Grant Avenue, Rose Park and Hallett Road at Stonyfell. Open doors to new possibilities with exceptional offers on select Mercedes-Benz models. Visit your local Mercedes-Benz retailer today. Terms and conditions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
A lot of nominations for Arnie Schwarzenegger's Pumping Iron. Might have to watch that. Was he a good actor, do you think? Didn't have a lot of... A bit like Sylvester Stallone when he didn't say a lot.
Yeah, I would say he's...
I'll be back.
Yeah, but that was it. I think he ended up in an incredible career, but the turn for him was being able to do comedy.
Yes.
And when he was up... Yeah, Twins was a classic
Danny DeVito.
example of that.
Yeah.
I think that's where it turned for him. And
Okay.
Yeah, he sort of got another string to his bow.
Is muscle building a sport?
It still is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it?
You can
How's
win
it a sport, but there's no ball involved.
Yeah, there's judging, there's posing, there's,
But how's that a
You've got to work really hard in the gym to get there, don't you?
Yeah, but aren't they all full of roids?
Well, once upon a time, perhaps. Let's go to Jim. G'day, mate.
Hello, Jim.
How are you guys, all right?
You got one? What's your favourite doco?
Well, this one's a sort of more of a movie doco, but it's called Little Mo.
Right.
Okay.
And it's about a tennis player from the 50s called Maureen Connolly.
Okay.
Right.
You don't have to be a tennis fan to like the movie, neither, but I think she played in her first Wimbledon at 14 or something.
Wow.
And by the time she was 19 years of age, I reckon she'd won a Grand Slam, and she had competed in 9 Grand Slam tournaments to win them all.
Wow.
Oh, you're kidding.
And nobody ever talks about her.
No.
She must be one of the best tennis players ever.
Wow.
Well, the record like that.
Sadly, she got injured in a vehicle accident at 19 and never played again.
Goodness
What
me.
era you reckon it was, Jim? Like decade?
It was
what
in
decade?
the 50s.
50s.
Okay.
Wow.
Just Google her and
Yeah.
you'll see her record. It is absolutely amazing. It's quite an old movie, but I've watched it a few times. You don't have to be a tennis fan at all.
Thank you, Jim. That's a good one.
You got me curious, Jim. I'm going to look that up.
The Williams Sisters was a good movie.
I haven't seen it. No,
King Richard.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the one, the old man,
film.
wasn't
Will
it?
Smith's in it. Yeah, very good film.
Okay. Hey, Jim, thank you. We're going to Google Mo.
I've just looked it up.
let's go.
Nine Grand Slam singles champions.
There you
Goodness
go.
That's
me,
amazing.
at 19.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that overall career.
Hello, Dave.
G'day, boys. How you going?
Excellent.
Welcome
Dave.
back.
How are you,
Good
buddy?
to hear you again. Now, I've watched all documentaries. I'm a bit of an avid fan when it comes to sporting docos. Don't matter what sport it is. Most of them are pretty good, so you get a good induction into what other sports can be and who's done what and over the years. But I've got to say, do yourself a favour if you haven't. The best one I've seen over the last 2 years is called Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Gambler and his Cowboys.
Yeah.
You've
Wow.
got to see that. That is absolute ripper.
Where can we
It's
catch that
about-
one, Dave?
Netflix.
Okay.
Netflix is about a chap called Jerry Jones who brought over the Dallas Cowboys and sacked the previous coach who was so successful. It was like a North-South sacking, basically.
Yeah, right.
And he brought in his past coach back in the college days called Jerry Johnson to coach or manage the team. And everyone was just irate. You know, you just sacked the greatest coach we've ever had of the Dallas Cowboys. Anyway, because he was an oil magnate, he had a lot of money. The story is absolutely brilliant. It goes on for about eight seasons or 7 seasons.
Episodes.
And he still managed to stay at the age of 85 years of age.
That's
85
unreal.
Years of age.
That is unreal. Well, Dave, in the ad break, Sam, you said that's your favourite.
It was a cracking enjoyment over
Aren't
the
there-
holidays.
Aren't there dancing girls real famous?
Yeah,
Isn't there a doco on them?
There
Are
is.
the
No, you're right. There is. There's
the
actually
Dallas
a separate
Cowboys are real leaders in that field.
entertainment
If
space.
that's what you call
I think
it.
you're
yeah.
right.
No,
yeah.
he was
Okay.
absolutely
Because I think they were
revolutionary.
like the American...
they were called America's team.
Yeah, sorry, I'm talking about the actual dancing girls that you're talking about.
They're like the roulettes. They're unbelievable.
Their routine and everything was copied around the world and for the Olympic gymnasts, I think.
Let's hear a bit of the doco.
Couldn't talk about any Super Bowl in the 90s without talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
That was our time. Let's show the world who we are.
The legacy of the Cowboys.
America's team.
It's either love or it ain't.
The Dallas Cowboys. There's a soap opera 365 days a year.
Yeah, they would have self-proclaimed this is America's team. Some marketing person would have
said, they do.
We're all going to say this, and let's hope it catches on.
Now, Sam,
well
I do have to apologise. Reg from Happy Valley says, Timmy talked about a doco on cricket yesterday, maybe on Netflix. Could you mention it again? Now, Reg, it's called Fire in Babylon.
Yep.
Now, I went looking for it and failed miserably, and then I came to work and Sam Tugwell found it in about 2 seconds.
I Googled Fire in Babylon. I found the second link. It was on Daily Motion, which is a bit like a YouTube. It's a version of it. It's a website. So you'd have to probably watch it on your laptop, or if you can sync it up to your telly, do that.
If you've got a smart TV, you could do it on there.
It's in HD on Daily Motion.
There you go, Reg. All the best with it. I'm looking forward to watching what I was going to watch last night.
Hello, Mark.
Yeah, g'day. The best one I've ever watched was called Forged in Fire. That was about Australia versus the Poms. Not just the Ashes, but in all Test matches. But it was in the era Lilly, Thompson, Marsh, Dougie Walters, the Chappells, Lenny Pascoe. And one of the funniest quotes out of it, naturally, was from Jeff Thompson. He said, didn't really care about getting them out. He just wanted to hurt them.
I don't doubt that
is
one.
true.
Gee whiz.
Thanks, Mark.
Brahma Lodge. What's that on there, Sam? Yeah.
Well, that's a Prime Video one. You can find that. But that's only in the last 10 years that's been made by Rob and Pete Dixon, who, of course, is the Australian documentary maker here. He's done a few footy ones and cricket and things. Ones. He's very, very good.
See, I watched 4 documentaries, cricket in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. They were on DVD. I bought them years ago.
I have these.
Done by our own Mike Coward.
Oh, great. He's a great.
They are the best documentaries. And when my eldest daughter was reasonably young, I made her sit down and watch them all. She wasn't much into cricket. But the irony of this was she went for a job at the Sacker and they said, you're much into cricket? It was in marketing. And she said, well, look, my dad did make me watch cricket in the 50s, 60s, 70s and 80s. They said, you're in.
Oh, how good.
Dad with the great assist. It's 4:30 headlines time. Jake Lehman, funnily enough, is going to join us next.
The FIVEAA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. This is FIVEAA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Tamira Francis with the 4:30 news headlines. The coalition is facing a fresh crisis with the Liberals and its junior partner, the Nationals, divided. A former Crows captain announces he's making a run in politics at the March election. The Brighton Jetty Sculptures are back from today through February. And in sport, Aussie wildcard Talia Gibson has gone down in 3 sets, ruling her out of progressing into the third round of the Australian Open. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Seeing some really solid delays for the drive home at Norwood. It's due to that burst water main they're sorting out at the moment. Port Rice Road near Kensington Road. Urgent sewer slowing up the drive to a Prospect Main North Road near Alpha Road. And road closures around Tanunda and the Barossa Valley for day 5 of the Tour Down Under. Camera, Winifred Avenue, Glandore. Quitting smoking can be hard, but every time you choose not to smoke, you improve your health. Search Give Up for Good or download the new My Quit Buddy app to quit. Brought to you by the Australian Government, Canberra. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, partly cloudy and down to 13 overnight, sunny and a top of 27 tomorrow. Right now, it's 23 degrees. We'll have more news for you at 5 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
We've had a series of concerning firearms-related offences now in Adelaide.
Will Goodings.
Does it speak to a pattern or is it just an anomaly?
David Pentworthy.
I wonder if any of this is linked to the huge multi-billion-dollar illegal cigarette industry.
5AA Breakfast.
Because we know the sort of cloth that these people are cut from.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
It does feel unusual for Adelaide, though.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Danny from Gramazio Foods is here. Yours is such a great story. Where did it come from? Is this a family tradition for you?
Yeah, definitely been around food my whole life. My brother and I decided to branch out in our 20s and open our own store, and then from there, we were just engaging with the customers. You know, they were just asking, like, gluten-free, can we have flavours? And we thought, well, let's have a go. And then we started creating them, and they ended up coming out tasting better than our original recipes. Got over 75 products on show.
Gramazio Foods is South Australia's only celiac certified food store.
Golden Grove and another one in Burnside Village.
Gramazio Food.
Cup of tea, dear? The kettle's on. Would you like a cup of tea, love? Cup of tea, dear. What?
If you're concerned about hearing loss for a loved one, book an appointment with Can Do Hearing. CanDoHearing.com.au. That sounds better.
Find one on the train.
Find one at the Oval.
Find one at the shopping centre.
Find one in a heartbeat.
Thanks to new legislation, there are now even more automated external defibrillators across SA. In an emergency, call 000 to be directed to your nearest AED. Visit sahealth.sa.gov.au/AEDs. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Australia's most comfortable ute, the Kia Tasman. With 3.5 tonne towing, 1 tonne payload and class-leading tub space. The Kia Tasman 4x4, now starting from $49,990 drive away. Find out more at kia.com/au or visit your local Kia dealership to test drive your Tasman today. The Kia Tasman, ready for Australia.
Kia, movement that inspires.
At Harvey Norman, buy now with no deposit, 50 months interest-free on a participating Latitude credit card and get a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Furniture, bedding, TVs, fridges, computers and more. Shop with no deposit, 50 months interest-free from Latitude Financial Services and get a bonus $100 gift card for every $1,000 you spend. Monthly credit card fee currently $10.95 applies. New customers must be approved. Minimum finance $750. Equal monthly payment plan, T's and C's, charges and exclusions. Don't miss no deposit, 50 months interest-free from Latitude at Harvey Norman now.
The FIVEAA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
25 minutes to 5. Where are they now? Coming up at 5 o'clock. Riley O'Brien from the Crows as well at 5:30. He'll give us what has happened with Isaac Rankin at training. If you missed it earlier today, went down what looked like might have been a knee issue. We think he's okay. So we'll get Riley O'Brien's take on it next. And your calls, 8223 0000, your favourite sporting docos. Keep your calls after we get to our next guest, who has won a very big award.
That's it. Yes. After 29 years, South Australia got the Shield back in their hands.
A ton in the Shield finally did. Saka, Redback and SA's very own Jake Lehman, Domestic Player of the Year, voted by his peers. He joins us now. Jake, congratulations, buddy.
Hey, boys. How are you? Thank you very much. It was a bit of a surprise. Very honoured to win the award and like you said, voted by your peers and played.
Yeah. Hey, Jake, your phone's a little bit crackling rosy. Just do a little pirouette, do a turn or something and see if we can get it off hands-free or something. Yeah, that's a bit better. Again, look, mate, congratulations. It is a great honour, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great honour. And like I said, it's voted by your peers and really played out.
No, we might have to call you back, Jake. I think that's...
Yeah, that line's...
sort of like underwater type of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not getting great reception there. We'll get that fixed and be right onto it.
Marco at Port Adelaide texting about sporting docos. He said, check one out called, and I hope I got this right, Icarus, 2017. It's all about the Russian sports doping programs. Unbelievable, he reckons.
Wow.
And also check out 9.79. It's a doco about Ben Johnson, everything surrounding the 1988 Seoul Olympics.
What's it called? Oh, that's his time.
9.79.
That's right. It was his time that he ran. That was incredible.
See, I'd have no interest in that. He's a cheat.
Yeah, but I
Lance Armstrong cheat.
Yeah, but Carl Lewis ended up testing positive as well later on.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right.
So I don't worry. Was it Flo Jo?
She's dead. Her heart blew up. She had that much of it.
So yeah,
I thought when she had those big nails, there was something wrong.
I don't know that that's got anything to do with it, but not to worry. Hey, did you hear this one? How's this? AFL Chief CEO Andrew Dillon, he's going to travel to India this weekend as the league continues its push to establish a foothold in one of the world's largest and fastest growing sporting markets. How's that? Well, they want to grow the game, I suppose. And this is why they've done that Prime Video doco, where they're going to start trying to sell this to the world.
240 countries.
Well, it's smart. With our immigration policy, it's smart.
Oh, you've got to. If you're going to continue the game and make it bigger, you've got to go offshore, don't you?
There's a couple of Indian-born AFLW players. There was one that got recruited this year for the men, so that's 3 in total. And last year they caught a couple of games in Hindi.
They did.
Yeah, cool.
Remember that?
Yeah. Well, we've been to the media centre here and we've had the Italian team do their call as well. So, no, I like it. I love it.
Well, that's what's going to happen. Let's go back to Jake Lehman. Jake, is your phone better?
Can you hear me now?
Yay, that's beautiful.
Outstanding.
Gotcha,
Again, congratulations. I did look up the stats. That's your first win for a domestic player of the year, and it's great. Your dad did 3 in a row, so you've got 2 more years to tie with him, Jake.
Yeah, that was one of the first things he mentioned to me. He said, I won the first 3 in a row, so he's still got a couple to go.
Well, it was an incredible year, Jake. In all honesty, congratulations. I reckon a highlight was clearly the 100 in the Shield final.
Yeah, massively. I think, the one-day final and performing well in that just really got the back end of my season going last year. And it was awesome to win that, but, we've been chasing the Shield for 29 years, and I think that was the one that everyone really wanted. So to say that I contributed to that, I think is a massive factor in probably some of the voting and, the reward as a team. And, if you play well as a team, you do end up with a few of these individual awards.
You do. The voting period was outstanding for your 5 tons. 855 runs in the Shield season at 47. Your one-day form was great. What have you put it down to? Because I'm not saying a couple of years ago you were a little bit wobbly, but you've just taken your cricket to another level. Is it a bit more maturity, do you think?
Yeah, there's a bit of maturity involved in it, but I just genuinely think that, we started to play some really positive cricket, and, there's scenarios that I was coming out to bat in were much better for me and better to play the cricket that I wanted to play. I've really enjoyed my last 18 months of cricket as a player again, and just enjoying the game as it is, and probably just the leadership of Rhino and Buddha and just backing me in 100%, and the combination of all of that, I was just tied nicely well together for me.
You repaid him, mate. You repaid him.
Does it, Jake? Does it actually mean a bit more that your peers and the blokes you compete against, they're the ones that vote for this? So it's like you can't get any greater accolade for mine.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, they're people that I respect fully, and have great. Probably look up to a few of them, to be honest with you, like across the board, and try to copy a few of them and what they're doing and their training habits and the way they play the game. So for them to think that I've had an outstanding year is just, I'm so grateful and honoured.
Jake, I always felt like when they gave you the captaincy, it was almost a turning point for you. I thought that, one, you took on the responsibility really well, you captained well, but you played to another level. I don't know whether that gave you maybe that maturity level that we were talking about earlier, but it seemed like a great turning point for you.
Yeah, I think that anyone that's captained probably a side at a professional level will probably understand what I'm saying here. But, you get to learn the ins and outs of how actually demanding the sport is and how much goes into it with, selection and team makeups and trying to get around to everyone. And, when Nathan did take over, having known that all in the background, I just look back on it and go, oh, geez, this is actually much easier to just play the game and enjoy the game. So, you can learn a lot along the way. And I think I've done that, and I think I've just tried to keep growing as a person. And at the back end, that's probably paying dividends.
And being content and happy off-field's another one. I read you're a qualified teacher now. You're teaching out at Pulteney and PAC. You're doing a bit of PE and drama, and you're learning Mandarin, mate.
Yeah. Well, no, it's always something that I've always done is try to stay busy on the side, because you obviously never know when cricket's going to finish, and I'd love to stay in sport, obviously, but it's just something that I've done on the side, and PAC and Pulteney have been great to me to let me come in and have a go at teaching a few young kids around the traps, and they're two great schools. But yeah, I got stuck on one of my first relief days doing Chinese, so that was a bit of when some of the kids knew more Chinese than I did.
Well, God, everyone would know more
Can't
Chinese
be an
than me.
expert at everything.
I know sweet and sour pork.
Oh, well, you're in.
Hey, and Hampshire, in England, you've signed with them.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the opportunity.
How good.
I've been over and played a couple of times at Yorkshire and Lancashire, and to get the opportunity to probably settle in a team for a couple of year period and get to know the guys, and they've got a really good balanced team with some senior players and then some really good young kids that are coming through. So hopefully, with my experience and I can help the team get back to where they want to get back to, especially in the red ball stuff. I think they've been going really well in the white ball format, but the red ball stuff is something that they're striving for, and I think I've got some good attributes to help them with that.
Now, just before we go, you've got an English passport, so once you've signed to play for Hampshire, that's given up any opportunity or right to play for Australia or get a baggy green. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I just felt like the time was right for probably me and my family to try a new experience. And, I look around the competition at the moment and I look at the Australian team, and I've always dreamed to wear the baggy green, but I just feel with the players that are in there at the moment in my role are fantastic players, and they deserve every right to be there. And then the next young ones coming up through, which Cooper Connolly got the Young Cricketer of the Year, and there's Sam Constas and all these Oliver Peake, and so there's all these young kids that are coming up, and I think it's going to be a nice little transition period for Australian cricket. It's unfortunate that I probably will never get to do that, but I hope it's a dream for those young kids still coming through.
Well said.
Well, if you stay away from Noosa, you might get a game for them. They didn't mind it, did they? I reckon a little bit of discipline would go a long way, Jake.
Well, here's the irony of it. He could play basketball.
Yeah, exactly. Lancashire, interesting club too. I mean, gee whiz, that is steeped in tradition, isn't it?
Yeah. Both clubs that I've been to have been fantastic. Yorkshire, to start off, I was there with Dizzy, and, we lost the last Champo game last time I was there to win the Division 1. So that was a bit of a shame, but when I was at Lancashire, they won Division 2 when I was there, which was an awesome experience. And, just the competition's so good. Last time I got to play with, Jimmy Anderson and Liam Livingston and all these guys. So, it's a great experience, and I'm hoping that it's good for my family and we have a good fun time over there as well.
Incredible achievement, mate. I know Rowey mentioned that Buff won 3 of them, but only the 7th SA win in this particular trophy, the Men's Domestic Cricketer of the Year, but only the 4th from South Australia to do it. So you're in rare air there, mate, and you must be really proud of that. That's the sort of thing you pinch yourself, I think, later on in life and go, geez, I won that.
Yeah, I'll definitely look back on it as a massive achievement for me individually. And like you said, not many people have been able to do it, and some of the closest people to me have done it with Hetty and Dad being those 2 people. So and they're people that I look up to. So for me to have my name next to theirs is pretty
pretty
honouring,
special.
I guess.
Yeah.
We'll finish the Shield season off strong. We know you will, Jake. You'll enjoy it over there in England. And again, congratulations. An incredible Sheffield Shield season. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Great work. Jakey Lehman, SA Men's Cricket Team. I think you're right. Captaincy sat very well on his shoulders.
Yeah.
And when it gets thrust on you, as it did, because there were injuries, you can go one of 2 ways. You can thrive, as he did, or go the other way. I just think that he's had an incredible year.
I think, you mentioned the maturity thing. I think that was the moment it turned. And funnily enough, when he gets the opportunity to play after being captain, he goes, wow, I now appreciate what that role is.
Yeah.
I now will be a better role model as the senior player. So it definitely helps. And you may have had an experience with this, Rowey, but if you coach a player that's already gone away and experienced coaching, when they come back, they're a completely different player. It is staggering.
It is. It's the old put a wise head on young shoulders.
Very quickly.
It's called experience.
And it's also like walking in their shoes. Well, they've walked in the coach's shoes, so they know exactly what's going on.
What's your favourite sport, Doco? Have you say it's 4:48. My screen here, we've got computers everywhere. On one of these screens, it's a weather map for Tasmania. What the hell is that on my screen?
Well, so if you're a Big Bash supporter and you're watching the knockout game tonight, Hobart Hurricanes hosting the Melbourne Stars, it is bucketing down. So you might not have much cricket. And if they do get on, well, that'll be a win for Melbourne at least, who want to have a crack at getting through to the next round. So
what if it's washed out?
If it's washed out, Melbourne Stars are out. And their chance of winning their first ever Big Bash titles all over without even bowling a ball. So we'll see
have been
how that goes.
Just because they finished below Hobart.
And speaking, and Melbourne would love to be hosting because it's beautiful sunshine and watching Melbourne Park at the moment. And Jordan Thompson is 1-1 in his match at the moment, second round after 2 sets have been completed. 11 minutes to 5. Let's check traffic.
Pretty solid delays to the drive home in Norwood due to a burst water main, Portrush Road near Kensington Road. Urgent sewer works also slow at Prospect, Main North Road near Alpha Road. And your day 5 of the tour down under, upper of the Barossa Valley today, which is fantastic. Look out for detours and delays around Tanunda and Barossa Valley Way. Camera, Melbourne Street, North Adelaide. Every minute of every day, a child is admitted to hospital. Help make it a happier place with a $30 donation to the Starlight Foundation every month. Donate today at starlight.org.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
There's always a mate that shows up to the barbecue with a salad. And then there's me with KFC's $8 boxes. Choose between Wicked Wings, original recipe tenders, or 18 nuggets. Guess who gets invited back? Not everywhere, not forever, online and pick up only.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
The new look Corolla Cross, now in stock at Jarvis Toyota Somerton Park. Corolla Cross gives you the power to take on anything. Carrying on the tradition of legendary reliability and versatile functionality, it's made to help you move through life with ease. Plus, every new Corolla Cross comes standard with capped price servicing. Conditions apply. Experience the new look Corolla Cross difference and take a test drive today at the new Jarvis Toyota, Brighton Road, Somerton Park.
Hey, ChatGPT.
Hey there, Lisa. So tell me honestly, how are you really going?
ChatGPT, you're so considerate.
Aw, thank you. I'm always here to help and chat. Just let me know what's on your mind.
Quite a bit.
I'm sorry to hear that. If you want to share what's been going on, I'm here to listen.
Oh, where do I begin? Well, it's my relationship.
Getting more emotional support from ChatGPT than your partner? Book a free 15-minute call with Resolve Divorce today.
Oh, I tell you, I love the Santos Tour Down Under. The world's greatest cycling names are racing head-to-head across South Australian regions. We saw it Tanunda today on the Santos Tour Down Under, and it's on till Sunday. And it's just a magnificent event. We know that.
Look, it is. Tomorrow riders are set to tackle what is, well, arguably the hardest stage in Tour Down Under history, they're talking. 3 huge climbs. The Health Partners Men's Stage 2 from Norwood to Uradla promises 158 kilometres, and it's just going to have to be an all-out effort. There's a lot of... Is that the corkscrew there?
Hard yards.
Hard yards.
Catch it, all of it, at the City of Adelaide Tour Village in Victoria Square. They got big screens happening. They got food trucks, you name it. They got the drinks. It's all there. Brilliant. You've got your aperols, no problems, and plenty of shade.
That's it.
Just get down there and enjoy that village.
Visit tourdownunder.com.au for more info.
I'm Brett Buckley from Ray White Business Sales. Our experience with FIVEAA right from the beginning was that we had ideas on what we wanted to do. They understand the medium better than us. They sat down with us. We worked out not just the type of advertisement we would put, but the wording of the advertisements we would put forward. The collaboration that we had with FIVEAA and the team was fantastic. The other thing we noticed about FIVEAA is because it is a talkback radio station, people are listening, and they're listening all the time. So when our advertisement comes on, their ears are still pricked and they're still listening to it.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link.
For over 12,000 South Australians, the most important meal of the day is from Meals on Wheels. Behind the meals and behind the wheels are our wonderful volunteers. Like our drivers, who deliver the delicious meals to our customers.
Amanda, hello.
If you love driving, we could do with you.
Smells delicious.
Become a volunteer today and help us keep the wheels turning.
See you tomorrow, Chris.
Visit mealsonwheelsa.org.au for details.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 7 minutes to 5. Where are they now? Coming up at 5 o'clock. Riley O'Brien from 5:30. More of your calls as well. 8223 0000. We're talking your favourite sporting documentaries.
Yeah, they've had a lot of nominations, and why? We'd love to hear. Hello, Matt at Seacliff.
Yeah, I've been writing down a heap because I'm missing.
Yes, I haven't seen
half of them. Yeah,
Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Oh, Matt.
Try again, Matt. Sorry,
you're
Matt.
in a cave as well. We'll come back to you. Hello, Sue.
Hi.
Hey,
You're
Sue.
You might nearly be old enough to remember this. Back in the 50s, there was a documentary called Follow the Sun, and it was a story about Ben Hogan, who was an American golfer.
Yeah, famous.
Who started off as a caddy, and they convinced him to play the circuit. And then he had a really, really horrific car accident, and then fought his way back.
Yeah.
With disabilities, but it was brilliant.
Wow, we'll have to do that one. Ben Hogan, I know is Paul.
Ben Hogan's very, very famous.
Did you know him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's like a legend of like Jack Nicklaus and the like.
This is a 1951 documentary.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
Thank you for that.
He's very famous.
He
very
is.
He had, like, he was a superstar of golf back then. You know, they had clubs named after him, you name it. He
Wow.
was huge.
History repeats because there was another good golfer that had a car crash.
Yes, you are right.
Got hit across the head with a wedge by his wife.
Just beforehand.
There'll be a doco come out about that one day.
Let's go to Salisbury. G'day, Brett.
Yeah, go, fellas.
Brett.
Just a quick one. I can't remember the actual name of it, but there's a documentary centred around the America's Cup win in '83.
Yes.
And it's basically John Bertrand's story from it all, and just how he got the crew to give up their day jobs if they were serious about trying to win the Cup and all this sort of stuff. And the great Ben Lexon, who, as you probably know, only had a Year 9 high school education, but he was a natural-born engineer. It's a brilliant story about that. And Dennis Conner, who was initially so bitter about the loss but became sort of friends with Bertrand. It's a brilliant documentary, well worth watching.
Brett, you're dead right. We had Nick come in earlier in the day and said it's called Untold. I think it's a series on Netflix.
Yes.
And it's called The Race of the Century. And you can get that about that America's Cup win. I've seen it. It's brilliant. And it's just so intriguing to find out what happened behind the scenes. And Brett makes a great point, trying to get the whole crew to give up their day jobs.
Yeah.
Amazing to win this.
Unreal. Yeah, and they did too. Hello, Matt.
Stephen and Timmy, how are you?
Beautiful.
Happy
Got
New
you,
Year
mate.
as well to you both.
Same to you, buddy. Matt.
There's a doco, and for anyone that follows like the world game, it's called The Lisbon Lions, and it's another one called Celtic 1967.
Ooh.
And it's about Glasgow Celtic, which I'm guessing you've probably heard of.
Yeah.
They were the first British team to win Europe, to win the European Cup in 1967. And every single player lived within 20 miles of Celtic Park.
No way.
Goodness me.
Yeah,
Talk
and
about
now
a
you
local
look at
team.
it. Yeah. And they had like arguably one of Scotland's greatest managers in Jock Stein as the gaffer. But Celtic are the first British team to win that, and the doco is elite. I wouldn't think too many Rangers fans will be watching it.
No.
But it's well worth a watch. It is, just incredible.
Thank you.
Is it? What's it? Do you know a name of it, Matt, or is it just called Celtic
Lions.
1967?
Yeah, it's called it's called the Lisbon Lions is one, and the other one's called Celtic 1967.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
Yeah, there is two of them, but they're both pretty much exactly the same, and it just documents, like basically where the players grew up and how they became to be. Like, and these guys are, I guess like as they say in rugby league, like immortals.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are, like a revered, like from any Celtic supporter. It's a wonderful doco, but I'm pretty biased because I'm a massive Celtic fan. So
Yeah, thanks, Matt. That's a ripper.
That's
Well
excellent.
done.
Nearly 50 years ago.
This one's from Michelle. Best sports doco is Face Off. It's on Prime Video about the NHL. Michelle, I watched that. I'm a big fan of the NHL.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's a good one as well.
Face Off.
And you mentioned Tiger, or you didn't really, but Tiger Woods has a documentary, or at least documented it on HBO about 5 or 6 years ago. If you haven't seen that, that is a 2-part. I reckon it's almost like 2 feature
when he started with his dad. And
the story of the way he's brought up with his dad.
Word.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Isn't it an eye-opener?
Yeah, actually, I saw that. That was a really good doco.
You sparked my memory with that one.
Yep,
It's
well
2
done.
minutes to 5. Richard Fromberg is our Where Are They Now? So stick around as we talk Aussie tennis next.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
When you're hosting a family Christmas party, you might start with a go-to roast, a drama-proof seating plan, and that gravy recipe that's a family secret. But those in the know find all the answers in the aisles at Pal's. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf. They can make sure you have the best wines, beers, and spirits for everyone. And great gift ideas too, all under one roof. Parafield Airport Liquor Store, Pals, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
I'm with Vincent Scully from FIVEAA Financial Services. Vince, what is a reverse mortgage?
Unlike a normal mortgage, you never have to make any repayments. You might be retired and still have a small mortgage. That gets paid off. A huge relief. Or you've already paid off your home, but suddenly you need cash for emergency medical needs. Might want to buy a new car, update your kitchen, or take that trip of a lifetime you've always wanted. Or, simply, the cost of living crisis is impacting your lifestyle. Also, some of them used it to help their children or grandchildren get into the property market. It's been a game changer for my clients. Whatever the reason, we have the solutions.
So call Vince on 1300 99 886. Save your financial.
Call me 1300 99 886.
Attracted to a career in marketing or advertising, or starting your own business? Fast track it now. Sign up to the Advertising Industry Careers Fast Lane course. Digital marketing, data, AI and sales skills all online and fully supported. With a career service team who help you prepare for work. Don't go to uni if you're not sure. Fastlane can be done in 4 months. Head to our site to get a full course overview. Search AIC Fastlane. That's AIC Fastlane.
The latest local, national and international news for South Australia. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Partly cloudy and down to 13 overnight, sunny and a top of 27 tomorrow. Good evening with the 5 o'clock news. I'm Tamira Francis.
Get to Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes for the Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990.
The coalition could blow itself up again following the resignation of 3 senior nationals. Michael Pacquiao reports.
Fractures emerged after the Liberals broadly supported the Albanese government's hate crime laws, but the Nationals did not. The Nats believe the legislation has been rushed. Bridget McKenzie, Ross Cadell and Susan McDonald have tendered their resignations from the coalition front bench, and they've been accepted. Senator Cadell knew that would be the case.
I can't do the crime if I'm not prepared to do the time.
Labor Minister Murray Watt has seized on the latest tensions.
Is there going to be a federal coalition or is there not?
Long-time Nationals are urging the coalition to stay united amid renewed rumblings of a formal split with the Liberals.
The marginal seat of Dunstan in Adelaide's east could soon have an ex-Crows captain as its Member of Parliament. This comes as Chris McDermott announced today he'll be making a run in politics at the March state election. The inaugural Crows captain and founder of the Little Heroes Foundation will be representing Sarah Games' Fair Go for Australia party. A teenage boy has been injured after his e-scooter collided with a train this morning at Evanston Gardens. The 16-year-old from Hillier suffered a serious arm injury. The Gawler line has since reopened after being closed. The US president is doubling down on threats to take over Greenland. In a new post on social media, Donald Trump says there's no going back and reiterated his earlier claim Greenland is imperative to national security. As tensions escalate over the matter, the European Parliament is expected to suspend the approval of a trade deal with the US. More than half of Aussie parents are reporting increased stress this back-to-school season compared with previous years. The trend comes after a summer filled with dramatic news events and constant access to information. Child psychologist Deirdre Brandner says there are many ways for families to ease back into routine.
Visual routines up around the house or schedules or timetables printed up for children to follow. So they know what's going to be happening, what the day is going to look like. That's a really great way of getting children to feel independent and in control.
Experts are warning online shopping is contributing to the rise in fashion businesses folding. Queensland University of Technology professor Gary Mortimer says online fast fashion brands are damaging the sector.
Prior to the pandemic, prior to 2020, Aussies were spending about $28 billion online. Today it's close to $70 billion online. Food and grocery shopping is less than 2%. Fashion is close to 25%.
Now turning to FIVEAA sport. A few heart-in-chest moments were had at Westlakes this morning after an injury scare for Isaac Rankin and an early exit from the track by Riley Philthorpe. This comes after young crow Dan Curtin dislocated his kneecap at training on Monday. This afternoon, a crutches-supported Curtin says no decision has been made as to whether he'll undergo surgery yet.
I'm feeling good. I appreciate the interest, guys. I'm going to go and work with the medical team and they'll give me the best steps moving forward from here, so I'll make a decision soon.
To cycling, Danish cyclist Tobias Lund Andresen has clinched the Stage 1 win in the Barossa for the men's Tour Down Under with a high-speed finish for Team Decathlon. And at the Australian Open, Aussies Storm Hunter and Talia Gibson have bowed out in the second round. That's all in sport. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Got a truck rollover, which is no good for the drive home. This one's at Highbury, Lower North East Road near Torrens Road. A breakdown to look out for Crayfus West, the freeway up track near the tunnels. And pretty solid delays with the Burst Waterway at Norwood at the moment. Port Rice Road near Kensington Road. Busy South Road, Clovelly Park with a camera. Springbank Road at Clapham. We've all been there. Wednesday traffic, tummies rumbling, and you totally forgot to defrost the chicken. If your weeknights feel more chaotic than calm, it's time to take back dinner time with HelloFresh. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Now the FIVEAA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy and down to 13 overnight. Sunny and a top of 27 tomorrow. Sunny and 35 for Friday. Saturday, partly cloudy and 42. Sunday, sunny and 35. Right now, it's 24 degrees on FIVEAA. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
I'm Brenton Rankless. Tonight, our exclusive interview with the SA footy star who's revealed he'll run for Parliament at the state election. See a shocking ambush attack on an Adelaide train, a disabled passenger caught in the chaos. And sleep better, no surgery, the effective alternative for a good night's rest. And it's already available. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
You've had a lifetime of independence and you want to keep it that way, on your own terms. That doesn't mean doing everything alone. It means having the right support, the kind that respects your choices. At Nurturing Independence, our care is personal, consistent and centred entirely around how you want to live. No one-size-fits-all plans, no rotating staff. Just people who listen, understand and help you stay safe, comfortable and in control at home. Visit nurturingindependence.com.au.
On Booking.com, it's easy to book your holiday home. So if you're bored of this...
Guys, found an apartment. The price just jumped up.
With us, there's no hidden fees. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
Launch into 2026 behind the wheel of your brand new Mawson Lakes Volkswagen. The New Year clearance is on now with new and demo Volkswagens priced to clear. Want immediate delivery? You got it. Want easy finance options? Done. Hurry in for your perfect model and colour. The sooner you get to the showroom, the better your chance of scoring your dream car. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen's New Year clearance sale. Ends soon, so hurry. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Streaming live via the FIVEAA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is FIVEAA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show. The 5AA Sports Show.
Still to come, 7 after 5. Riley O'Brien returns, aiming to decipher the AFL's new ruck rules. Where are they now with a 90s Aussie tennis flavour? And we'll take more of your calls on your favourite sporting docos now.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Where are they now? In just a moment, Richard Fromberg is our guest, and that will be in just a few seconds. But we do have some breaking news at the top of 5 o'clock.
Hot off the press.
And it is large from the Adelaide Football Club.
Yeah, well, Adelaide utility Dan Curtin is going to undergo surgery after dislocating his left kneecap during pre-season training on Monday. Scans can confirm there's no bone or ligament damage, but due to the fact that he's got issues with that knee, they're going to tighten it up. So he's looking at round 7 to 9 as a return. This is the worst case scenario, isn't it?
4 months at a minimum.
As a minimum.
That's phenomenal amount of time.
Oh, God. That's the worst case scenario for Dan.
Yeah.
So returning round 7 or 9, it's devastating news for Dan. There's no question about that. Equally for, I think, Crows fans, not ideal. The coaches will be going, one out, one in. When your midfield is your Achilles, when you were doing a pre-season to build it around Dan Curtin's rise and in, that's devastating for all above.
That's quite a significant amount of time. I know they're sort of making it sound on the positive there's no ligament damage and the like, but that's a long time out. That's a long time out.
Dan has had several partial dislocations previously. Now, it's the left knee that he straps all the time, so there's history with it.
Yeah.
Surgeons have all met, and they said, look, the best thing is let's just tidy the thing up.
But tidying up sounds like 2 to 3 weeks to me. There's got to be more when you're 16 weeks out. This procedure
will have him return between rounds 7 and 9.
To help stabilise the knee.
And we're 8 weeks away from round 1, so you do your sums, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time.
4 months. It's April, late April, when he'll be expected to return. That's round 7.
And then you've probably got a month of pre-season, add another 2 weeks of form in the sample.
Yep.
I mean, you're looking at the last quarter of the season before you're anything.
Without setbacks.
So
you want to hope it goes well.
Dan, we're thinking of you, mate. Not great for the Crows. Have you say that is just the worst news we could have got.
Crows fans, how does it leave you on this Wednesday night? 8223 0000. We will take your calls shortly. But right now, all thanks to Walco. You can get a Walco blankie for your pool this summer and save water, evaporation and money. Walco.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show's Where Are They Now? Past legends, past glories.
Well, Rowey, if I told you that this man was on the circuit for like 17 years on the ATP circuit, quite phenomenal. For 11 of those years straight, he was in the world's top 100. Now, not many players have done that, let me tell you, and incredible Davis Cup representative for us as well, playing some 11 Davis Cup ties, including 2 finals as well, with some, and in an era between 88 and 05, the names that come through there were quite phenomenal. This bloke holds his own. Richard Fromberg, welcome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Mate, it all started in Tasmania. Now, is it pronounced Ulverston?
Ulverston, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, in Tasmania, mate. So I looked it up, only 20k north of Devonport. Like, gee whiz, mate, you've come all the way from there to have this unbelievable tennis career.
Yeah, I grew up in Hobart. So we moved down to Hobart when I was quite young. Before I started tennis, and played my young tennis years at the Domain Tennis Centre in Hobart. And then when I was 14, I went to the Australian Institute of Sport in Canberra, and I was there for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, unreal. Now, look, Jup, 196 centimetres. Are you the tallest players ever played for Australia? I looked up Sam Groth because I thought he might be taller, but he was a couple of centimetres smaller, mate. You must have. Did you grapple with 2-3 sports or what? Because Aussie rules would have been after you.
Yeah, I didn't really get into Aussie rules. Didn't start my growing until I was about 15 or 16, really. Right. So I had a massive growth spurt around then. And, before that hockey was my other sport, field hockey. I still played a lot of hockey, and I was a good hockey player. So It was either going to be tennis or hockey for me.
Unreal. So the institute itself, that sort of turned you and said, nah, this is my game?
Well, I kind of said that even before I started. So just watching on TV, and we had a racket lying around at home. My parents didn't play, but when I started watching it, I basically said, I want to be a tennis player. And my first year of tennis wasn't really on a tennis court. It was just against a brick wall. And I used to go down there every night, play for 3 or 4 hours until dark. And, that was the start of my tennis career.
Young age to be at the AIS. You hear all sorts of stories about prodigy tennis players. Not that you were a prodigy one, but through the AIS, leaving home at 14. Did you have a normal childhood? The regime of training and doing that. It's probably not a real school. How did that go, and how did that affect you?
I did have a normal childhood, but look, the AIS was great for me because I really enjoyed mixing in with all the other sports, and on the weekends we used to go and watch the other sports. It was a great atmosphere, but we also had a great group of players. Myself, Todd Woodbridge was there, Jason Stoltenberg was there.
Okay.
So we all sort of came through together.
Oh, how good's that? As Tim said, your record's quite outstanding, over a great period of time. What did you enjoy the most? Was it the team sport of Davis Cup? Was it doubles, singles? Who's the best player you think you ever played? Because, God, some of the names you had were outstanding.
Yeah, well, the best player I played was probably Federer. Played him a couple of times, and actually had a win over him, but he was obviously a young Roger Federer then. And I put Pete Sampras really close to him as well. I think
he'd have to be.
Pretty easy to forget how good Sampras was. But, look, his serve was maybe the best I played against, although in that time there was a few really good servers, Ivanisevic and Krajicek and Michael Stick I hated playing. Sampras was a great server. He backed it up with great bowling as well. Yeah, so Federer and Sampras were the best two. So your other question again? I'm a bit of a...
So Davis Cup, how good was Davis Cup?
Yep.
I mean, your record was 11-4, quite outstanding.
Yeah, that was my highlight. Playing Davis Cup
That's
for Australia was my highlight, and the 2 finals. I had some great wins in Davis Cup, and I was able to play my best tennis in Davis Cup as well. My highlight was perhaps a match against Italy in the quarterfinals, and we were 2 rubbers all. I'd won a really tight one in my first match. Mark Woodford, I think, played the 4th match, and he was expected to win, but he had a bad day and he lost. So I came out at 2 rubbers all in Florence against Italy, and I played a blinder against the Italian number 1, and I won that match. And there were some memories that stayed with me for a long time.
Yeah, good.
What about some of your teammates in that Davis Cup era? Names like Darren Cale. I mean, you played with Leighton Hewitt, Pat Cash, John Fitzgerald, the Woodies you've mentioned. Like, gee whiz, you had some good teammates, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. My first ever tie that I was involved with was actually a final, and I was chosen to play against America in Florida.
Wow.
And my first ever Davis Cup match was against Andre Agassi.
Wow. Unreal.
So that was great. We had a great match too. We had a 5-set match. He beat me in 5 sets, but I still remember being a little bit disappointed because I had a win over him a few months before that. So I expected to do well, and it came down to the wire. But that was a great experience. That was the start of my Davis Cup career.
I mean, you're just talking about names from like Sampras, Becker, Edberg, all in that sort of early period of your career, right through to playing a young Roger Federer. It's quite phenomenal. And you already mentioned both Roger and Sampras, but when you sort of got on the circuit and you started to come up against names like this, was it sort of a bit like, I watched him on telly, like, when I was a kid? Was it, you have those moments?
Yeah, I did. I always used to love the Swedish players when I was growing up, when I was really young. And then in one of my first Australian Opens, all of a sudden I had to play Max Wilander, who was maybe one of the top seeds, certainly. And that was, an amazing experience for me. That would have been in 89 or 90, maybe 1990. I played him in one of my first Australian Opens, and I remember we had a really close match. It was something like 7-6, 7-6, 7-5. But
gee whiz.
yeah, just remember how tough it was playing him. You look down the other end and he wasn't even sweating, and I was half dead. So that's when I realised, geez, you got to be pretty fit to play this sport. Big wake-up call.
Yeah. Hey, Richard James Fromberg, our guest, he's calling at the Australian Open. We'll get to that shortly, Richard, but we're doing a bit of a where are they now. I don't know how accurate this is, the old Google or Wikipedia, whatever the hell it is. Your top seed was 24 in 1990. Career prize totaled $2.6 million. You only got to win one Grand Slam, and you got that in the tin tank now.
Well, some of them, entry fee.
You probably only got to make the final now, but
yeah.
No, the prize money and the sponsorship has gone up every year substantially, and they're doing really well now. You don't have to play too many years to set yourself up. But it wasn't about the money really. It was about trying to win some titles and representing Australia, which was my highlight, as I said. And I really enjoyed playing on the tour back in the 90s. And it was still very strong. There was a lot of depth in that top 10. I remember, from Stefan Edberg and Andre Agassi through to Jim Coyer and. Most of the people in the top 10 were Grand Slam winners.
Yeah.
So it's a lot different to now with Alcaraz and Sinner dominating the game, and the rest of the top 10, maybe Medvedev has won a Grand Slam, but the others, they get to sort of get that big breakthrough.
Yeah, it is. I loved your era and before because Davis Cup was the pinnacle of the year. They've gone and carved the Davis Cup into something we just can't recognise. I just feel sorry for the modern tennis player, Richard.
Yeah, Davis Cup's been a real shame, to be honest. I don't really follow it. Completely different format, but it's more sort of a money-based event now that the players are making huge money from Davis Cup, and they've cut it down from 5 sets to 3 sets. It's all sort of done in a couple of weeks or whatever, but completely different format. They don't go to different countries now, so the home and away system has changed. And, a lot of ex-players like myself lost interest in it, and hoping that one day they will consider going back to how it was. I think it was really the pinnacle of the highlight of my tennis, and certainly a lot of other players in that era as well. I think that they were just panicking that a few of the top players weren't playing, so they made a big change. But it's not really working that well.
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if they change it back.
Hey, Richard, you mentioned you played against like a Sampras when he was at his peak, and then you've played against a young Roger Federer. I'm just interested, throughout your 17-odd seasons of playing, who was somebody else that sort of caught you on and you went, I reckon this kid's going to be all right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I played a lot of guys that actually got to number one. There was a lot more number ones back then.
True.
I played Kafelnikov a few times, but Marat Safin's probably the one where I was watching him once, and I was looking at how well he hit the ball, and I was thinking, gee whiz, he actually, I'm not sure if he knows it, but he could be number one in the world, and sure enough, he got to number one as well.
He had the number one players box whenever he was in Australian Open, Richard.
Yeah, that's true.
No doubt about that. Did you have, was Tony Roach your Davis Cup coach for most of it?
Neil Fraser was my Davis Cup coach for most of my career. Then there was a change with Newcomb and Roach. I was involved with them, but
Neil Fraser.
Pat Rafter came along, Mark Philippoussis, Leighton Hewitt came along, and they were better than me. So I didn't sort of play too much under Nuke. I would have loved to have done that, but I was still involved and still practiced a lot with those guys, and played one match with John Fitzgerald as the captain, from memory, in Brazil. That was great.
Unreal.
Oh, well done.
So tell us about Neil Fraser. What was he like as a coach, I suppose, or the captain as a Davis Cup? Was he great?
Yeah, he was the best. I really clicked with him. He didn't say too much, but when he said something, it really made a lot of sense to me. And I had some my best results and some big upset wins playing under praise, and I loved it.
Hey, just quickly before you go, Richard, the Aussie Open, the crowds have been unbelievable. I'm hearing lots of reports. Maybe they're squeezing too many in to the outside courts and all the entertainment that's there. I'm over this weekend to visit my daughter. We're going to the Aussie Open. You can't get me a spot in the Aperol tent, can you?
I'll make a few calls for you, but I don't have much pull around here anymore, so I haven't got high hopes.
No, I'm sure you do. It's going to be a great tournament again. It's just going from strength to strength, the Aussie Open. You're a big part of it, Richard. We thank you for your time and what a wonderful career of longevity and well
Davis
done.
Cup success.
Yeah,
well
great
done,
stuff.
mate.
Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
That's Richard Fromberg, our guest, all thanks to Walco. It's SA's biggest cover-up. Preserve your summer of mucking about in the pool with the best you can get made right here. A Walco Guardian pool cover. And just on that, Rowey, Steve Wormald, of course, the owner of Walco, great bloke. Just want to do a bit of a shout-out. Wish him all the best. He's going into hospital for a bit of a procedure. All the best, big fella. I hope you come out just like a Walco blanket.
Thinking of you, Wormy. Well done.
Great one. And it's at 23 minutes after 5. Chance for you to call in. 8223 0000. You heard about the Dan Curtin news just before Where Are They Now? If you did miss it, he will undergo surgery and miss 4 months, an expected return, round 7 to 9.
Devastating.
Yeah, not a good story at all for Crows fans. Port Adelaide supporters, just quickly, some breaking news for you guys. Their leadership group has been announced, pretty predictable. A third straight year with Captain Connor Rosey and his two right-hand men, Zach Butters and Willem Drew, to round out the leadership group. It's 24 after 5. Here's traffic.
Truck rollover at Highbury getting sorted out at the moment. Lower North East Road near Torrens Road. Breakdown at Crayfus West. The freeway up track near the tunnels. And got solid delays at the moment with the Boost water main getting fixed at Norwood. Port Rice Road near Kensington Road. Cameras, Birdwood Terrace, North Plimpton and Cliff Street at Glengarry. For the freshest summer produce, shop at Fruit and Veg stores displaying the red Pick a Local, Pick SA sign. Local, family owned and filled with quality South Australian grain. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
5AA is celebrating local businesses across Adelaide, like Saviour Financial Services. Their reverse mortgage plan releases cash from your home when you need it. Learn more at Saviour Financial Services. 5AA, supporting local, celebrating SA.
I'm high! The Excelsior Hotel has always felt like home. And for seniors, it's always been great value with 20% discount on selected bistro meals. Yep, 20% off. Feeding the whole family? Bring them all Saturday or Sunday for live acoustic music from 5 p.m. And kids eat free. Some conditions apply. The Excelsior Hotel feels like home, but better. You just know it's a Barreau Hotel.
When you're hosting a family Christmas party, you might start with a go-to roast, a drama-proof seating plan, and that gravy recipe that's a family secret. But those in the know find all the answers in the aisles at Pal's. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf. They can make sure you have the best wines, beers, and spirits for everyone. And great gift ideas too, all under one roof. Parafield Airport Liquor Store, Pal's, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
With the big hot weather coming, it's time to get outside and cook a barbie. That's what you got to do. This is the weather for it. And you don't just flip the snags. No, you earn the title of Backyard Hospitality Director. And when you do, you need the very best outdoor kitchen from Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens.
And it's not the matter of shout yourself. You're mad if you don't ring them. They are simply the best. Choose from the best appliances. Add a bar fridge or pizza oven. Stun your guests with one of those custom-made concrete bench tops. Wow. They do indoor ones as well. And they're handmade bench tops. They can really update any kitchen space. Uniquely custom-made for you. Every piece is unique, especially yours.
Like a fingerprint, it is. Unbelievable. Unique to you. Now, call for a consultation or a quote today. Go up to Seaford Meadows, Farrow Circuit. Go and visit them. They are so good. You'll see them at work and it's brilliant. The best backyard hospitality directors choose Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens. Go online at adelaideoutdoorkitchens.com.au.
I'm with Vincent Scully from Saviour Financial Services. Vince, what is a reverse mortgage?
Well, it's just like a giant credit card, but with a difference. You're effectively borrowing money against the value of your home, and you don't have to make any repayments at all. You can then access cash when you need it most. And if you don't owe any money on your home, there is no interest charged until you draw down some funds. But importantly, the money is available when you need it most for an emergency medical treatment, renovations, might want to buy a new car, or maybe that overseas trip you've always dreamed of.
So call Vince on 1300 99 886 for a confidential chat, or go to saviour.net.au. Saviour Financial.
Call me 1300 99 886.
This summer, you can enjoy 50% cash back up to $50 from your coastal dining or seafood purchases in the Dining Cashback program. The next draw closes the 31st of January with 60,000 dining cashbacks to be won each month. Make the most of the Dining Cashback program now. For entry and full T's and C's, visit southaustralia.com/dining cashback. Limitations apply. Licence numbers T25/2027 and T25/2026.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
28 minutes after 5, Riley O'Brien will join us at 5:30, so stay tuned on the back of the news around Dan Curtin.
Well, Dan Curtin's going to have surgery. That's a fact. They need to tighten up that ligament that he's had a bit of ongoing problems with. We know he dislocated his knee. Sounds like it's not for the first time. He's going to be back, or it's mooted to be back, between rounds 7 and 9. Now, it's not doom and gloom, but it's mighty, mighty close. I've always had a bit of a theory. If you've got 4 absolute guns, and let's just say the Crows in not particular order, Thorthorpe, Rankin, Dawson, and you'd have to say Draper's up there now with the season that he's had, you know, a pick six.
Sorry, I think you're talking about Dan Curtin.
Dan Curtin?
Yeah.
Draper, sorry, did I say Draper?
You did.
Well, one day he will be, but yeah, Dan Curtin. You don't want to lose too many at that absolute top end, because the Crows don't have a lot at the top end.
Look, I suppose the silver lining is it's not an ACL.
No,
so
that's
an ACL
true.
is a year and
He
all the
will
rest
be
of
back.
it. So he will be back.
The old one out, one in.
But it is a lot longer than probably maybe a lot of people
Predicted,
expected.
or what we thought, or what we were hoping.
Or hoped.
Probably more what we were hoping.
More the hope, I think.
But Dan Curtin out, we'll have Riley O'Brien next.
Yes, we will. 5:30 headlines
Damn it.
time.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Tamira Francis with the 5:30 news headlines. 3 senior members of the National Party have resigned from their frontbench positions over the Albanese government's hate crime laws. The US President's Air Force One makes an emergency landing and a teenager's lucky escape after his e-scooter collided with a train. And in sport, young Crow Dan Curtin is expected to miss the first 6 rounds of the 2026 season following knee surgery. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Highbury, a truck rollover, Lower North East Road near Torrens Road. Prospects, sewer work still going on there. Main North Road near Alpha Road. And a burst water main still causing headaches at the moment too. That's on Portrush Road near Kensington Road. Stupidly busy again tonight, South Road at Mile End. Leave early if you've got to head that way. And got a camera, Hallett Road, Stonyfell. MG demo clearance, MG3 Excite from 22,888. ZS5 Turbo from 24,888. Other great deals across the range. Hamilton, MG, Brighton and Ranella. T's and C supply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, partly cloudy and down to 13 overnight, sunny and a top of 27 tomorrow. Right now it's 23 degrees. We'll have more news for you at 6 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
There are people out there who change their avatars.
David Penberthy.
On October the 7th, and we discovered today, left them unchanged for 5 months.
Will Goodings.
Despite saying that
they weren't aware of the
death toll on October the 7th.
5AA Breakfast.
People who actively celebrate the murder of Jews.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Not naming any names there, but just letting that one dangle in the air.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Are the potatoes done?
30 seconds.
What about the desserts?
For over 12,000 South Australians, the most important meal of the day is from Meals on Wheels.
Hey, Amanda.
Hi, Roger. How are you? Behind the meals and behind the wheels are our wonderful volunteers.
Amanda, hello. Smells delicious.
Become a volunteer today and help us keep the wheels turning.
See you tomorrow, Chris.
Visit mealsonwheelssa.org.au for details.
Breaking news. Chai latte and a chocolate donut is good for you. Maybe not when it comes to calories, but it is good for the soul. Cafe Hoppability in Fullerton is operated by Holistic Care SA and provides meaningful and rewarding jobs for keen workers who live with disability. And because you're doing a generous deed, you can grab a second donut guilt-free. Next lunch break, do something that's good for you and others. Cafe Hoppability Fullerton, just up from the roundabout.
Trafalgar's big tour sale is on now with Phil Hoffman Travel. Save up to 15% on 2026 tours, including the Britain and Ireland Grandeur Tour, a 20-day journey from London return from $9,365 per person, twin share. Explore iconic capitals, ancient castles and breathtaking coastlines throughout England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland. Phil Hoffman Travel voted Australia's most outstanding travel agency in 2025. 13-time winner. Visit pht.com.au.
Your summer escape starts at Camper Agent RV Supercentre. Explore incredible deals on leading brands like Winnebago, Windsor, Kia, Adria and Design RV. Caravans, camper vans and motorhomes, new and pre-owned, ready for immediate delivery. Whether you're planning a quick weekend getaway or an epic cross-country adventure, there's never been a better time to buy. With trusted brands and friendly experts ready to help, Camper Agent makes it easy to hit the road this summer. Visit Camper Agent RV Supercentre, Parafield Gardens and start your summer adventure today.
Get the garden you want at Garden Grove, with everything from the ground up. Plants and instant lawn, mulches, soils and bark, landscape and building materials, hardware, pavers and more. There's a playground for the kids while you enjoy coffee or lunch in the cafe. Garden Grove, Golden Grove Road, Golden Grove. Open 7 days. Phone 8251 1111 for delivery to your area.
Garden Grove, the garden that I want.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
26 minutes to 6.
Well, our 2025 star contributor, along with, I think, Ned McHenry, good mates, Riley O'Brien, joined us now. Rob, Happy New Year, son.
G'day, boys. Happy New Year. It's great to be back on 5AA.
Well, that is fantastic. How are you moving? How are you flying this pre-season? Because you like to chew this work up and spit it out.
Yes, no, going well. We're in a pretty tough training block at the moment. January is always the heaviest volume of the year before games kick off, and had a good hit and match play today. But yeah, feeling good, and all the boys are in good nick. So looking forward to games kicking off, mate, so I can do less running sets.
Yeah, well, it's the first time we had you on, and you've told me in previous outings that you need to be more between a 4 and a 6, not a 0 and a 10. Well, today we got the news about Dag Curtin. It's a -1. I've got the la-las, Riley.
Yeah, mate, it's disappointing. He's been looking unbelievable so far this pre-season. So it's certainly disappointing, but I think he'll be back in the early parts of the season. So we'll certainly see him at his best still this year, which is a really positive result. So disappointing for him because he's been training the absolute house down, and he's an absolute beast. But just a tiny little bump in the road on his journey.
For those who just tuned in, Dan's going to have an operation. They're going to tidy things up with that knee. He's had problems with this dislocation of the kneecap. They're touting back between about rounds 7 and 9. Were you building a lot of that midfield movement through him? He was training in match sim as a midfielder?
Yeah, he was doing more stuff through there, Rowey, as a midfielder. He obviously played a lot on the wing last year primarily, and he was coming in more as a big-bodied inside mid. We hadn't done a lot of stoppage work yet, to be fair, with the state of the pre-season, but he was shaping up to play a bit more midfield, and I'm sure he'll do that on his return. But we've had other guys through there as well, the normal guys, plus Josh Michelle and Isaac Rankin doing a lot of work through there too.
Okay. The old 1 out, 1 in doesn't quite swallow it when you first hear the news, but it is really as simple as that, isn't it? You got to find something else.
Yeah, mate, we've got plenty of good guys, and every team has injuries. It's the nature of AFL footy, mate. So we're just glad that he'll be back for the majority of the season, and certainly just getting around him at the moment and ensuring he's in a good spot to attack his rehab and come back fit and firing, which I'm sure he will.
Now we've got over that depressing news, Riley. Happy New Year. What did you do over the break,
Happy New
mate?
Year, Timmy.
I missed you.
Mate, I know, I've missed you too. I'm sitting by the phone waiting for a call to catch up, but maybe in the coming week.
They won't give me your number here.
Yeah. You'll probably bag me before a showdown, maybe, but maybe that's why. But no, mate, a great break. Had a good time in the off season. Did a bit of travel with the boys in South America, and then in the more recent Christmas break go back to Melbourne, went to the Boxing Day test, and then spent 5 days in Coffin Bay doing a bit of fishing with our man Nick Henry.
Well, I saw those photos. You cleaned up too.
Yeah, he did post a pretty embarrassing video, Rowey. I'm not sure if you saw that. I had a bit of trouble with a whiting at the end of a long day of fishing.
Hey, mate, you didn't book day 3 at the MCG test, did you?
No, I didn't. Thankfully, got to day 1 and got plenty of action. But, few disappointed fans would have booked in to go to day 3 and didn't quite go the distance, did it?
Hey, mate, I was just wondering about the change in the ruck rule. Have you done any work on that with Sam Balderstone just yet? Yeah, and will there be sort of different drills and what's not that you'll be having to do that centre bounce?
Yeah, definitely, mate. It's a massive change. It's very different to even what it was, say, 5 years or before 3 years ago.
Right.
It used to be a lot more jumping, but the rule's completely different. So it's now you're not able to, I guess, step over the line before jumping.
Right.
Which is interesting. And then they're also obviously throwing it up instead of bouncing, which removes that variability in the ball landing. So we did a lot of match sim today, and I was trying to work out with the umpires, because the umpires are still working through it as well. They're sort of working out what you can and can't do in there. So may have given away a couple of free kicks today, just trying to work out, whether you can get right up to that line, how hard you can jump across and actually use your body to bounce off, and then versus just jumping purely at the ball. Because the way it's sort of written down at the moment, it sort of tends to be just to favour just a pure jump and see who can jump high, and they don't favour the taller guys and the pure jumpers. But I think it's supposed to have scope for that more collision-based contest as well. So, just getting clarity from the umpires department on that one, and we'll see where it lands.
I can see there be a specialist centre square jumper or leaper, and then guys like you that are just so good around the ground because you can use your body, you're smart, you work your ruckman out and get advantage with that. Not so in the centre of the ground, and you'll admit you're not a jumper, Riley. So who else in our team could be that specialist centre square ruck tapper?
It's a good question, mate. It's a good question. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we have guys in the squad that can jump okay, but up against pretty big guys. We obviously have Lockie McAndrew as our other ruckman. Riley Thilthorpe can go in there and jump in. He's could do that as well, but it's probably a matter of just seeing if he can do what I guess used to do about 5 years ago. Sauce Jacobs did a pretty good job when he played of nullifying opposition jumpers by using a really good collision-based jumping, called jumping more horizontal than vertical, and bouncing off his opponent. So it was a lot of guys around the league, like Toby Nankervis and Tristan Cherries, Darcy Cameron will go for that approach. So we're still in the phase of trying to work that out. Now I think the umpires are too. So hopefully they get some clarity before round 1, but who knows?
You'll work it out. No Burjo, how different is pre-season training without him, or you haven't noticed?
Mate, to be honest, it's been very similar. The program's been a continuation of what he set up. It's been very, very similar at our end. And Macca's our new fitness coach, Ian McEwen, he worked under Burjo at Port Adelaide there. So I think there's a lot of similar philosophies with some minor tweaks. But, everything's been pretty similar, mate. And it's been working the last couple of years from a fitness point of view and injury prevention. So why change if it's not broken?
My word, we just got a text come here. Did Burjo have any wrestling in training last year?
He did, actually. We've been doing that for years. So it's sort of a very low level wrestling we were doing too. It's sort of just at the end of training to simulate a little contest. You just have a little wrestle on the ground and get up and run and sort of simulate that match like running, where you have a repeat effort into a running effort.
All right. Run us through a couple of the young kids, how you think they're trapping. We've got Mitch Marsh, there's Finbar's in there and Archie. Those three in particular, we know Archie's a 2-time premiership player, but those three, what have they added?
Yeah, they've been great. Obviously, the young guys coming in, they're still putting on a bit of size. Marshy and Archie Ludovic, the Sri Lankan man. He's actually got Sri Lankan background. He's not very good at cricket, I don't think, so it's a bit disappointing. But
he'd be a chucker if he was.
Yes, maybe he is. But, yeah, no, he's been great. He just jumps at the ball and really likely type, very, tall key forward. And then Mitch Marsh moves really well and been training really well, as well as FIVEAA can take he took a hanger on Josh Worrell today, actually, which was great to see. We love Josh Worrell get the hanger taken on him. So he's in my good books, FIVEAA.
We've seen Todd Marshall training down back for Port Adelaide. Any positional moves in pre-season so far that you've seen somebody change where what third of the ground they've been in?
We've had Tex at fullback for a little bit, actually, which has been good.
What?
No, I'm just joking.
I didn't answer, Riley. I wasn't falling for that.
17 years as a full forward, he's gone to full back. You got me, Riley.
What do you reckon Tex would say to that, Rowey?
Oh, my God.
He's playing full back.
That was a good gas.
Classic.
You got it.
No, I reckon he'd tell him where to go pretty quickly, I reckon. So, nothing of note. There's obviously little tweaks, guys, going around half back and wing and half forward. There's a little bit of movement through those spots to create versatility, but no major shifts I can think of. So,
okay.
Nothing crazy.
Okay. So early reports at training with all the media there was that Rankin was basically shot.
Yeah.
He was done. It was game over, and then he ended up playing Matt Simmons starring. So he is okay. And the other one is Riley Thilthorpe dribbled off. Are those two boys all right?
Ranks was fine. He had a little knock, and then he obviously played out. That was before match him, and he played out match him. So he wouldn't never do that if there was any sort of injury there. So he's fine. And then big Filthy, he gets a bit sore and carries on a bit sometimes, but he's fine. He's tough as, and he got through the whole session. And it's the nature of doing a bit of match sim and a bit more contest stuff. You just get a couple of knocks, and it's all part of it, Rowey, as you know.
Hey, Riley, we've been talking about great sporting documentaries, and I know that you're a keen viewer of the screen. What have you seen that you've liked as far as a sporting documentary goes?
I watched finally the Muhammad Ali one last year, which I forget the name of it, which tracks his fight in... the
Thriller in Manila.
When
We Were Kings.
Yeah. When We Were Kings. That's the name of the documentary, which is a ripper.
It is.
And then watched a few good 30 for 30s on ESPN. I think there's a few very good stories on there. But there's plenty around, isn't there? What's your best, guys? Well, I've missed out on the recommendations. I've been listening.
Yeah, so Rowey went with the Last Dance, of course, with the Chicago Bulls. Basketball-wise, I said The Best of Enemies with both the Boston Celtics v LA Lakers in the 80s and late 70s was a really good doco. But my favourite is one called Rover of Tobruk, which is about the great Bob Quinn, who won a military medal as well as 2 McGarry medals. So one before the war and one after. Yeah, it's a great story.
Oh, there you go. Fantastic. Must follow that one up.
I'll send you the link, mate. Don't worry.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
I think I got my Wednesday night sorted, I think.
Well, mate, it's 25 minutes long and I'm in it for 23, so I think you'll like it.
Perfect. More time with Timmy, just what I need.
Rob, that is how he rolls. Hey, 30 days until Port v Crows at Albion. It'll be here before we know it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's so far. After Christmas, it comes around so quickly, the season and the practice games. So, when you put it that way, it gives you a bit of urgency to, I guess, keep getting better and keep training really hard because you've only got a couple more weeks of hard training. Then we'll have an internal trial. Then we'll have Port Adelaide for a practice game, and then the season will be here a couple of weeks later.
Okay. Well, Rob, as always, we love your contribution. Thanks for that. Stay sound. 30 days until that trial game. It starts to get real, mate. Thanks for your time.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.
See you,
Great
Rob.
work. Riley O'Brien there.
Yeah,
Just
good man.
such an easy chat, isn't he?
He's a funny bugger.
Very,
He's
yeah,
got a
he
good,
is.
good sense of humour.
Taylor Walker, a fullback, of all the positional things he could have said,
I knew straight
that one
away.
got me.
I knew straight away. He's too clever for that. I was going to ask him who's on the stir-fry list this year because, you know, he cooks up a big stir-fry.
That's right.
I'll be interested to see who's on that list this year.
Didn't he go with the stir-fry before finals, and then we thought after that, capitulation, he was just going to cancel stir-fries
during the year. I mean, you don't just
Yeah.
change everything because of that.
Well,
Straight sets out.
who
No,
knows?
you do. I'm superstitious.
You are.
I'll be doing everything different.
All right.
Repeating the news, Dan Curtin surgery on his knee.
Not expected to return before round 7 to 9.
Correct.
Wow.
Not good news.
Have your say, Crows fans. 8223 0000 is our number. Let's check roads.
Still sorting out that truck roller at High Breedlow and North East Road near Torrens Road. Slow with delays at Norwood, Burst Waterway there, Port Rice Road near Kensington Road, and South Road through Mile End and Hilton. Stupidly busy again tonight. Leave early if you must head that way. Cameras Wattle Street, Fullerton and Raglan Avenue at Edwardstown. Audio is more powerful than you think. For advertising with the power to double your campaign effectiveness, start with commercial radio and audio where brands are heard. Visit cra.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. Live Golf Adelaide returns to the Grange Golf Course this summer, Feb 12 to 15. See world-class golfers including Bryson DeChambeau, John Ram, Dustin Johnson and Australia's own Cam Smith go head-to-head in 4 days of high-stakes golf, shotgun starts, fan village fun and live music. Get your tickets now from livegolf.com or keep it on 5AA to win your way there. Proudly supported by 5AA, always Adelaide.
The world's best are coming to South Australia for the first race of the global cycling season. The Santos Tour Down Under will take over the state with cycling's biggest names battling it out. Brutal climbs, tight sprints, from the heart of Adelaide to the rolling vineyards and coastlines beyond. It's racing up close and personal. It's absolutely unmissable. Tour the action only at the Santos Tour Down Under. January 16 to 25. Learn more at tourdownunder.com.au.
Well, isn't this ideal? Prime position on the deck, blue skies, smooth seas. How good are cruises?
Make your cruise booking a breeze, and you could win a $5,000 REA travel voucher for your next holiday. Search REA Cruise today.
Whoa, watch the wings.
T's and C's exclusions and eligibility criteria apply. Promoter is REA. To enter, book and pay a deposit on a new ocean or river cruise with REA Travel by 28 February 2026. Full T's and C's available from travel.rea.com.au.
What makes Ray White the big name in business broking? They're people, like multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year, Brett Buckley, and his team of business professionals. They take a deep dive into your business, finding value and potential, and they know what they're looking for because they know businesses. They're not real estate salespeople trying to sell businesses, they're business people selling businesses. If you want to know what your business is worth, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA. Multiple Business Broker of the Year awards.
It's hard to trust someone with your property when they've never even set foot in it. Keep your property clean, safe and running smoothly with a local. Servicing SA Cleaning and Facility Solutions are a homegrown South Aussie business across a full range of facility services, from cleaning to maintenance, from pest control to security. Servicing SA has your commercial, retail or community facility covered. Affordable, reliable and 100% local. That's Servicing SA. Find out more at servicingsa.com.au.
Experience the very best of over 50s living at Northern Community Residential Village in Penfield. Set in a serene and peaceful setting, Northern Community Residential Village offers a low-maintenance lifestyle amongst a welcoming community of like-minded people. A new release of stunning homes is now selling from just $450,000. Book a tour of the display home today and picture how bright your future could be. Visit ncrv.com.au for more information.
At Harvey Norman, buy now with no deposit, 50 months interest free on a participating Latitude credit card and get a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Furniture, bedding, TVs, fridges, computers and more. Shop with no deposit, 50 months interest free from Latitude Financial Services and get a bonus $100 gift card for every $1,000 you spend. Monthly credit card fee currently $10.95 applies. New customers must be approved. Minimum finance $750. Equal monthly payment plan, T's and C's, charges and exclusions. Don't miss no deposit, 50 months interest free from Latitude at Harvey Norman now.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back. 9 minutes to 6. Taking your calls on this Wednesday night, 8223 0000. We've been talking favourite docos. Lots of texts coming through on that. One from Dirk saying, my favourite sports documentary is The Tillman Story, a great example of Americana, warts and all, very relevant now. Had a look at this during the break. Fascinating story about an Arizona defensive player who played in the NFL, then left his multi-million-dollar contract to go fight in the army, to then go to Afghanistan, fight in the war.
Gets killed over there.
He gets killed. What was initially reported was it was in battle, and turned out that it was actually friendly fire, and they covered it up. And the story of his mother and his family uncovering the truth is extraordinary. So, Dirk, great suggestion. The Tillman Story, if you're interested.
Unreal. And again, finding these, I'll just refer to you, Sam Tugwell. You will find them. Because I seem to have a lot of trouble.
Yeah. I'm still sitting here trying to pick my bottom lip up.
Yeah, you're a bit sad. You're a bit sad in the Dan Curtin news. Just repeating.
We were building a midfield around him this pre-season. So that I just wonder, and they say one in, one out. Well, who's the one in?
But look,
so he's out, who's in?
We've spoken about this before. Certain players, it's not about one in, one out. When Sam Palpapa did his knee, we went, who's the... No, there's nobody like him.
No, because that's how he plays.
And how he plays and where he plays. So it's a hard role that he played. And you said it rightly. There isn't another Sam Palpapa. It's a bit like, you don't get too many built like Dan Curtin, that size, that age, all the rest of it. It's not easy to replace. Ranking the same in finals. You don't go, just put another player in.
Killed us. And if there was an area of the ground that the Crows don't need any bad luck in, midfield would have to be the midfield. So, the knock-on effect is Dawson now has to do more heavy lifting in there. They were hoping he could go to half-back and be through the midfield. Rochelli's been through there. You don't want to have to load him up early. You want to just get him in slowly. Well, he'll have to do minutes. So the minutes that Dan was doing, they're now going to have to share amongst 2 or 3 players.
You've got your young midfielder being managed.
That's right.
And Sid Draper.
Draper.
Yeah. No, it's not ideal.
So the bottom lip's just a little bit
quivering.
Look, tomorrow I'll be better tomorrow.
Of course you will.
Of course I will. Because I am an optimist. I am captain positive. Yep. I am bullish. I am. No, I'm not any of those things.
But 24-hour rule. You can only be a sook for 24 hours.
Correct. I'll be better tomorrow.
So by this time tomorrow, you got to stop.
And we'll dissect what's next then.
Yep. John's text saying, I think you'll find the time frame given by the Crows is when Dan should be ready to actually play again, taking all rehab and sample into consideration. So are they telling us the round 7 to 9 time frame is the worst case, the longest amount of time we should expect Dan to be out for?
That's what I'd do if I was the media person.
True.
As opposed to, say, round 4 available and then it pushes out a month.
The only thing I will say is that last year I saw many injury list come through from AFL, and you kept saying 6 to 8, 6 to 8, and you go, hang on, that's been a month of 6 to 8. And we had one in Lukosius who missed, probably, played 7 games, I think. So, now, it's not always...
No, it'll be right. We'll pick it up tomorrow. We heard in the 5AA news, one of our favourites, if not our favourite ever skipper, the state skipper, my skipper, Chris McDermott's going to sit for the seat of Dunstan, which is my area. He was filmed out at Nord Oval. Right. He's going to be a politician.
That's where you vote, is it?
No. Well, no, I'll have to change. I'm in North Adelaide now.
Yeah. So you won't.
So I'll be the seat of Adelaide.
So, right.
But it's all elementary.
Yeah. Well, at least
Labor will just absolutely romp it in.
Don't know much about politics, but
Bones sitting for a seat.
I've got to say I'm surprised. I'll be calling him immediately after this show.
Will you?
And ask him.
I wish him luck.
and what's happening and how you're going about it and what are your policies?
Well, here's the funny thing, and you might not remember this. About 2 or 3 years after the Crows, Nigel Smart was a young Liberal.
I remember.
And he sat for the Liberal seat for Liberal.
That's right.
In this exact seat in Dunstan.
Yeah, you're right.
And I was handing out how to vote cards for Nige.
I remember it.
I don't reckon he got a lot of votes.
Well,
so it's got history with footballers, certainly Crows, Nigel Smart, now Bone.
The one thing I will say is I don't know Nige lived in that area at the time. Bone's been living there for 20 years minimum, if not 25.
No, more than that. Yeah,
so,
easy.
So it's his heartland. He knows the area.
Knows the area. Yeah. Oh, he'll represent them well. I'm just a bit surprised that's come one out, one back.
He's a very straight up honest man.
Yeah, and it's not for a party, it's for an independent.
Yeah, which is probably, maybe we're seeing politics change, both at state level and
Timmy,
national.
Timmy, he gets my vote.
There you go. And even though you're not in the area.
Boom.
So
Won't count.
What do they call it when it's a defunct vote? What's it called?
Void, or I don't know.
No, there's a name for it. Yeah. I told you I don't know much about politics.
Okay.
Not the room for it. 3 minutes to 6.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
There's one sign on Doothie Street Unley you must see. It's the Kirkbride seafood sign. It changes daily, from fresh crays to Atlantic salmon, King George whiting, garfish and SA King prawns. All sustainably fished and processed on site at Kirkbride Seafood. Not some faraway factory. It's a good sign that you're getting the best you can get and so close to the city. See what's on the sign today. Kirkbride Seafood, Doothie Street Unley. kirkbrideseafood.com.au.
This summer, keep your whole home fresh and cool with a new ducted evaporative cooling system from Mannix. Evaporative cooling is energy efficient, delivering fresh, clean air through every room without high running costs. If you need to change your old unit to the latest model or even replace your current system completely for a reverse cycle system, see the team at Mannix for a free evaluation. After 60 years, South Australians trust Mannix. Get a free quote today at
Hi, we're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Are you the magic people?
We're here to make your junk disappear. Oh, you have a good pointing finger.
This is fun. Look at that stuff go. I should have done this years ago. Wow, I never knew how big this house was.
We're happy to help. Hey, you there, listening to the radio. Give us a call at 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.au.
Hi, I'm Lynn Andrews. For over 50 years, the Lynn Andrews team have made it easy for landlords to manage residential and commercial property. From single homes to multiple commercial holdings, our passion for property investment means we have a great deal of knowledge. How to do it safely and properly, matching the right tenant with the right property every time. We're here to help you. Visit lynnandrews.com.au.
They live in filth, bins and excrement. They carry disease and they want to suck your blood. Flies and mosquitoes. Oh, that's no way to live. And it doesn't have to be. With Phantom retractable screens, up to 9 metres wide, they can screen almost anything. Protect your family with Phantom retractable screens. phantomscreens.com.au.
Trafalgar's big tour sale is on now with Phil Hoffman Travel. Save up to 15% on 2026 tours, including the Britain and Ireland Grandeur Tour, a 20-day journey from London return from $9,365 per person, twin share. Explore iconic capitals, ancient castles and breathtaking coastlines throughout England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland. Phil Hoffman Travel voted Australia's most outstanding travel agency in 2025. 13-time winner. Visit pht.com.au.
Your summer escape starts at Camper Agent RV Supercentre. Explore incredible deals on leading brands like Winnebago, Windsor, Kia, Andrea and Design RV. Caravans, camper vans and motorhomes, new and pre-owned, ready for immediate delivery. Whether you're planning a quick weekend getaway or an epic cross-country adventure, there's never been a better time to buy. With trusted brands and friendly experts ready to help, Camper Agent makes it easy to hit the road this summer. Visit Camper Agent RV Supercentre, Parafield Gardens and start your summer adventure today.
The news and information that matters. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Partly cloudy and down to 13 overnight. Sunny and a top of 27 tomorrow. Good evening with the 6 o'clock news. I'm Tamira Francis.
Get to Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes for the Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990.
A veteran Nationals MP believes it would be a mistake if the regional party splits from the coalition partner, the Liberals. The coalition is divided over the Albanese government's hate crime legislation, with the Liberals supporting the laws and the Nationals against them. 3 senior Nationals have quit their front bench roles today over the issue. Bridget McKenzie, Ross Cadell and Susan McDonald crossed the floor against the legislation rather than abstain from the final vote. Opposition leader Susan Lee says the trio breached shadow cabinet solidarity and she had no choice but to accept their resignations. But Michael McCormack says it would be very silly for the coalition to blow itself up.
We have governed this country for many decades. For the majority of the time since the Liberal Party formed back in the 1940s. We're stronger together. I don't believe that we should have split. I worked hard last year to reform the parties when we had that unfortunate and messy 8-day split.
Meantime, South Australia's Police Minister Blair Boyer says he's realistic about the impact the gun buyback will have.
I think we need to be careful in the language that we use so that we don't build a kind of false sense of optimism, I guess, that the gun buyback is going to be the panacea to taking illegal firearms off the black or grey market out there.
A 16-year-old boy was taken to hospital after his e-scooter collided with the train at Evanston Gardens this morning. He suffered serious arm injuries. It comes just days after an e-scooter rider collided with a car at Stirling. Leah James from Amy says it should be a wake-up call.
We know children see these as toys and we don't want to be the fun police, but we do need to have some really tough conversations for those that we know don't know the road rules, we know don't have the confidence in riding vehicles, that go at higher speed than what a bike does.
US President Donald Trump has vowed to impose tariffs on European countries who oppose his demand to take control of Greenland. European allies have rallied around Greenland's sovereignty. Denmark's foreign minister says Donald Trump can't threaten his way to ownership of the territory. President Trump has since doubled down on the threats to take over Greenland today. In a new post on social media, he says there's no going back and reiterated his earlier claim Greenland is imperative to national security. Meantime, Air Force One has made a safe landing after a minor electrical issue. The US president is travelling to join other world leaders at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. President Trump will change aircraft at Joint Base Andrews near Washington and continue on his voyage. Demand for Australian olive oil is surging. This comes as drought and heat hamper key production regions in Europe. Italy, Spain and Greece have produced less olive oil in recent years, and Australian producers have helped fill the gap. ANZ Agribusiness Executive Director Michael Whitehead says it's a promising opportunity for our growers.
So as that demand goes up and the Australian consumption of it continues to go up strongly, the market is likely to see more olive plantations going in and more domestic olive oil being produced to really respond to that demand.
Almost 10 million Australians have entered the new year burdened by old debt. Salvation Army data shows that more than half of those have credit card debt, while 26% are struggling with buy now, pay later dues. The charity is encouraging those struggling with their finances to reach out to their Money Care program for help. Now turning to 5AA Sport. A few heart and chest moments were had at Westlakes this morning after an injury scare for star crow Isaac Rankin and an early exit from the track by Riley Thilthorpe. This comes after young crow Dan Curtin dislocated his kneecap at training during a wrestling drill on Monday. Today, the Crows confirmed the 20-year-old will undergo surgery to stabilise his knee. He is set to return in rounds 7 to 9 at this stage. Crows ruckman Riley O'Brien told the 5AA Sports Show both Rankin and Thilthorpe's carry-on at training aren't any cause for concern, however.
Rankin fine. He had a little knock. That was before match day when he played out match day. He wouldn't ever do that if there was any sort of injury there. He's fine. And then, big filthy. He gets a bit sore and carries on a bit sometimes, but he's fine. He's tough as, and he got through the whole session.
Meantime, at Alberton, Connor Rosey will lead Port Adelaide's AFL side as captain for the third consecutive year, with co-vice captains Zach Butters and Willem Drew to be his right-hand man. At the Tour Down Under, Danish cyclist Tobias Lund Andreasen has clinched the Stage 1 win in the Barossa for the men's Tour Down Under with a higher speed finish for Team Decathlon. Andreasen says his bike was just so fast.
This feels amazing. I can't remember the last time I felt like this. This is unbelievable. And the new team, the bike is so fast, and my teammates doing an incredible job.
That's all in sport. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Good lights on the blink for the drive home tonight at Frueville, Glen Osmond Road near Fullerton Road. Pretty busy intersection, so take it easy through there. Bruce Watermain with delays at Norwood, Port Rice Road near Kensington Road. And day 5 of the Tour Down Under with delays around Tanunda and the Barossa Valley today. Curra, Hallett Road, Wattle Park too. We've all been there. Wednesday traffic, tummies rumbling, and you totally forgot to defrost the chicken. If your weeknights feel more chaotic than calm, it's time to take back dinner time with HelloFresh. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy and down to 13 overnight. Sunny and 27 the top tomorrow. Friday sunny and 35. Saturday partly cloudy and a scorching 42 degrees. Sunday sunny and 35. Right now it's 22 degrees on 5AA. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Brenton Radless.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
With the news that matters to you.
The government insists it's a win for the state's economy.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
Brazen daylight firebombing attack at the Torrensville supermarket.
Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news.
Matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA. Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Yeah, welcome back. It's 8 minutes after 6. Bit of an update from Melbourne Park before we get to our next guest and talk a little bit of Formula One and motorsport. A bit of a disappointing story for Jordan Thompson. He was in a position to take the game into a 5th set. He has lost his match in 4 sets, which means we now have 3 Aussie losers today. No winners just yet. However, Isla Tomljanovic is in her game right now. She's down a set, but 4-all in the second, so hopefully she can push that on. And Alex de Minaur and Priscilla Hon are both in action tonight on Rod Laver Arena, our prime time Wednesday night Australian Open tennis performance.
Well, our next guest, a very interesting Australian, originally a South Australian, moved over to WA, had enormous success with the business, which we'll allude to. And I'm sure anybody that was watching AFL in the 2000s knew exactly who this company was, but quite an entrepreneurial man himself, but is now an Australian motorsport photographer. Now, how he got into that and the like, we'll find out exactly right now by introducing Kim Illman. G'day, Kim.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, mate, it's an incredible story, and having seen the messages on hold, the big fingers come up behind the goals. When I saw the background of where you've been and what you've done, it's quite an intriguing story. Tell us about you were South Australian to begin with, and at 21 you head over west.
Well, actually, I headed up to Darwin to work on radio for 5 years, and then I got a little bit tired of the nasty weather come November, December in Darwin. So I headed to Perth, got a job on radio, not radio, initially television. Terrible at audio, so I got sacked 2 years later, started my own business. And a few years in, I was watching a grand final. It was the Eagles playing, and I realised they were cutting across to these live to a pub, and they were, shooting people in the crowd. So I headed down there with some of my messages on hold signage and popped up in the background and got some tremendous coverage. And so the next year I decided we'd go to the ground and pop up behind the goals every time a goal was scored at one end of Subiaco Oval. I got about 7 games, I think, free of charge before the Eagles realised what I was doing. And they said, look, we're going to kick you out. And so they kicked me out 3 weeks in a row. And then the 3rd week they said, why don't you become a sponsor? So I did, initially a minor sponsor, but still with the hands behind the goals, and then a major sponsor some years later. So that was a long time ago, but still I love it when I see replays of games from that ground and the hands pop up and I think, I don't have to do any work. I've done that work once and it just pays back.
It was quite... what would you say? It was iconic for a WA game. You saw those messages
the
coming up.
cheerleaders out the back
exactly.
would put the hand up.
Yeah. So you knew you were the sponsor. You were going to get away with it, but which was awesome. But you must have had a love of photography somewhere along the line, Kim.
Yeah, look, I've always had a camera, and then I bought a house up the coast here in Western Australia, 90 minutes north of Perth, and I'd spend every weekend here, and there's not much to do. So I thought, I'll go out and promote this lovely town. So I'd take photographs, and then at some point my wife said, let's go on a wildlife safari, and we did that, and then we ended up going back 12 more times over 2 years. And I did a wildlife book, which got picked up by National Geographic. I'm not a great photographer. I wasn't back then. Some would say I'm still not now. But that started me off. And then I decided, having attended, the last race of 2016 in Abu Dhabi, and I'd paid the money with Red Bull, and I was standing in the back of the garage, headphones on, listening to Daniel talk to his race engineer. I thought, this is schmeck, I love this. Perhaps I'll see if I can photograph this. So I found out who the man was at the FIA, wrote him a letter and said, look, here's what I think I can do, and put some lovely stuff in that package. And lo and behold, he said, yeah, we'll accredit you for testing and pre-season testing in 2017 at Barcelona. And then the first race was Melbourne, so I got that one. Then I ended up doing every race. And since then, I've only missed 3, except 2020 when none of us could go because of COVID.
Yeah.
What an incredible journey to follow. Probably, well, I think if we all could, we would, F1s. What's the lure of it for you, Kim? Because it's the richest of rich games, isn't it?
Oh, it's the pinnacle. If you're looking at photographing a sport, there is no sport that travels to 21 countries, 24 races, that has such coverage around the world. So I thought, right, well, let's go straight into the deep end. Let's get straight on board with the best motorsport, or the best sport in the world, I think. Yeah, some would argue that Olympics give you greater coverage, but it's a lot wider range. And I struggled at the start, and a few things went my way. And then one of my sons said, you've got to do Instagram. And I pushed back against that for a while. In 2018, I said, I'll give that a crack. Got 900,000 followers now. And then about a year later, he said, now you've got to do YouTube. And I said, I'm doing quite enough. And he said, no, you've got to do YouTube. And the first video I did, it was a shocker, and I thought it was pretty good. And he said, no, you're not putting that up. I went back and did a better effort. And now we've got 550,000 followers on that, and the same on TikTok, and it's just gone crazy.
Oh, you are the man, Kim. I thought, well, what's a YouTuber? I'm not into that sort of stuff. I don't even have a Facebook. So I typed in your name in YouTube, and the first one that popped up was how to attend an F1 race for only $115 ticket and hotel. Well, that bought me, Kim.
Good. But you got to get to China.
Yeah.
You have to get there. But once you're there, it's the cheapest race.
Isn't it? And Australia's about 3rd or 4th cheapest, isn't it? That's quite good value too here in Australia.
Yeah, the matrix I used for that went to hotels.com, said 4 days accommodation over the race weekend. What is the cheapest thing that hotels.com spat out? And look, it was nothing flash. And then I found what the cheapest general admission ticket was and paired them up.
That's not bad. Oscar Piastri just talked about F1 last year. We're in 26 now. He got burnt by McLaren. You're at the coalface there, Kim. Can you punch someone in the guts? That'd be a good YouTube.
Look, he was great. Second, third of the year.
Yes.
Well, anyway, he was great for a period, and then he fell off the pace. I don't know whether they were nobbling him or not. I don't think
felt that way.
Team. I can't think that a team would have people knowing that was the case and no one talking. Too many people talk in the paddock that something would have come out. But look, next year's a different game, or this year's a different game. Let's have a look and see how fast their car is, because I think that's going to be pretty much the determinant of who's going to win.
Well, we're speaking with Kim Illman, Australian motorsport and photographer and entrepreneur, let me tell you that. You yourself did some driving in rallies, is that right?
Yeah, I wasn't very good at that either.
Mate, that's dangerous stuff, though. That's like the Bathurst 12-hour challenge and things like that.
Oh, I didn't actually drive in that. I had some drivers drive my rally car, but I did do Targa Tasmania a few times and a few other Targa events.
Yeah.
And they are way more dangerous than Formula One, because you've got trees metres away from you going at a couple of hundred k's an hour on open roads. So it's a far more dangerous game. And quite frankly, if you search YouTube, Kim Illman monster crash Rihanna, you'll see a crash that could well have killed me.
Ooh, ow.
No, you're right.
Talking about Instagram, one of our favourites here is Valtteri Bottas. He's got a drive in 26. you've got a photo of you with him up on your back. I mean, wow.
Yeah, I've been carrying him for a long time. I'll tell you that for nothing. No, Valtteri is a great bloke. We get on pretty well, and he said, "Come over and be my guest at my vineyard retreat in McLaren Vale."
How good.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful place. And then I was lucky because he had an hour to spare. And let me tell you, if you get 5 minutes with the driver, that's huge. An hour without any Cadillac people on site to, no, you can't ask that, Kim, or no, we're not answering that. That is absolute amazing access. And Valtteri's just a top guy. He's very good for this country. He's got a worldwide audience, and he's bringing some attention, good attention on South Australia.
Yeah, married a South Aussie. That's the best kind. Hey, Kim, he's got a good gin too. Did you get some of that down your tonsils?
I don't drink the gin, but I can tell you it was in every one of the rooms at his vineyard retreat. And he does love it. And I think he's going to be doing a bit more with it in Australia. He's also got a winery deal. He does some signed prints with me, so they'll be available come early in the season through kimelman.com. But yeah, look, he's a good operator, Valtteri, and he's, of course, been very much introduced to your state, was my state, by Tiffany Cromwell, his pro cycling girlfriend.
Yeah, spot on. Well, he's confirmed he's going to be on our show tomorrow. Anything sneaky we could ask?
Is he? I didn't know that.
Or make sure you ask him about why he was on my shoulders.
Yes, we will. We've got the photo.
Let's hope he's not listening. But I just said to him, we're going to do this shot and this shot to start. And how do you feel about jumping on my shoulders? Yeah, sure, fine. No thinking about it. Yeah, sure, fine. Yeah. That's the sort of guy he is. And his social media is brilliant. I think he is one of the few drivers who has real input into what happens on his social media channels, and he doesn't mind looking the goose occasionally, and he's sharp, and well done to him.
Well, he does a ride over here at his Reggie Y fronts.
The gravel.
His jocks.
Adult gravel.
No, budgie smugglers.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, look, he's not shy about getting in the sauna with journalists too, in the nude and chatting.
You mentioned Daniel Ricciardo. I think we were talking about great docos tonight, and of course, Drive to Survive really opened up F1 to a lot of people that perhaps weren't into it. Daniel Ricciardo always seems like, the lovable, most, up and about bloke. You mentioned his name earlier. Is he exactly what you see, Kim?
Yeah, I've only seen him angry once in pit lane when he was, I can't remember, but I didn't actually see it in person. I was out the back in the paddock, but I did see a replay of it. He was very angry and swore as he went down pit lane after some incident. But yeah, if it's not after a nasty event, you can pretty much be guaranteed that Daniel will be smiling. He's very popular, but we won't see him back in Formula One, certainly. I don't think we're likely to see him this year at the track. I could be wrong. Maybe Ford will perhaps say, come on, Daniel, come along to the Melbourne race, but I don't think he wants to be back there. He has no interest in it. He was pretty much gutted by the way he was treated at the end, and it was an appalling thing in Singapore last year.
No, it was. Hey, Kim, you live in Lancelin. I've driven past there once, driven through there once. The windiest, and I mean the windiest place in the world. Don't they have sailing championships there? Yeah.
They used to have a big windsurfing race from one town to the next. It is a horrible place in summer, and we are smack bang in the middle of howling winds in the afternoon.
I know.
But there are months where it is absolutely glorious, and when the wind does stop blowing, like this morning, it was so flat. It was 42 degrees. I've got a couple of jet skis here, and I was too lazy to get out there, and you'd only get windows of a few hours where it's like that, and you have to really bide your time, wait for that moment, get out there and enjoy it while it's beautiful.
Yeah, well done. Hey, Kim, great chat, mate. Terrific work that you've done over a number of years with the photography and the F1s, bringing it all to life. We thank you for your time and well done.
I look forward to seeing the ratings on this segment. Thanks, boys.
Kim
That's
Hellman,
a radio
our
man.
Guest, was the founder and owner of Messages on Hold for all those years, but a South Australian to begin with, and an Australian motorsport photographer, now an F1 photographer. So just amazing.
Can you remember the game? It was at Subiaco Oval between St Kilda and the West Coast Eagles.
Yes.
Just when those signs were getting very, very popular. And Nicky Winmar was getting absolutely absolutely ripped into by the supporters behind the goals. And he ran into an open goal and he's kicked the ball as hard as he can and it hit the face of that fat kid who was holding that sign. That you could, no, can you remember that? Like knocked him out. Like he aimed at him and kicked the ball fair his head and the sign flipped off. And can you remember that? Get it on YouTube.
Because I also remember
everyone can remember it. And he's and they had replays of it. His big fat guts was wobbling around like jelly.
I reckon didn't Michael O'Loughlin have a similar incident
with
where
the West Coast guy?
Yeah, and he went straight up to him at the fence and was
I reckon
like
it's
in
the
his
same
face.
kid.
Well, this guy he's still in the West Coast cheer squad now.
He is.
Yeah, and he was on the front bar with Mick.
Yep.
Yeah, it was an amazing story.
Well
Fantastic.
done.
Oh, well done.
Things
Kim
you
Millman.
remember.
Yeah.
Our guest.
It's 21 after 6.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
5AA is celebrating local businesses across Adelaide, like Nordic Design Furniture, crafting bespoke premium luxury furniture by hand right here in South Australia for 54 years. 5AA, supporting local, celebrating SA.
On Booking.com, it's easy to book your holiday home. And thanks to no hidden fees, there's no more.
Guys, found an apartment. Wait. Added fees?
We don't do sneaky added fees, so you can go from home to holiday home with no dramas.
And relax.
On Booking.com, finding a holiday home's easy. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
Launch into 2026 behind the wheel of your brand new Mawson Lakes Volkswagen. The New Year clearance is on now with new and demo Volkswagens priced to clear. Want immediate delivery? You got it. Want easy finance options? Done. Hurry in for your perfect model and colour. The sooner you get to the showroom, the better your chance of scoring your dream car. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen's New Year clearance sale. Ends soon, so hurry. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
The Adelaide Showground Farmers Market has a producer's guarantee. Everything is produced by the people selling it, so it's all local. It means you know who distilled your gin, who baked your bread, whose chooks laid your eggs, and who picked your veggies. It means less food miles, reducing your carbon footprint, and your food is tastier, fresher, and often lasts longer. Join as a member at the Adelaide Showground Farmers Market to save 10% on everything all year long. Visit us every Sunday morning from 8:30 to 12:30.
At Harvey Norman, buy now with no deposit, 15 months interest-free on a participating Latitude credit card and get a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Furniture, bedding, TVs, fridges, computers and more. Shop with no deposit, 50 months interest-free from Latitude Financial Services and get a bonus $100 gift card for every $1,000 you spend. Monthly credit card fee currently $10.95 applies. New customers must be approved. Minimum finance $750. Equal monthly payment plan, T's and C's, charges and exclusions. Don't miss no deposit, 15 months interest-free from Latitude. At Harvey Norman now.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Kiesa leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas. They design personalised training programs using Swiss-engineered machines unique to Kiesa. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger, more active and healthier life. Kiesa, building strength with precision in Norwood and Glenelg.
At Nurse Next Door Home Care Services, we believe in making lives better. We match every client with a caregiver or nurse that will help them live a life filled with positivity, possibility and purpose. Everyone should be able to live independently at home, even if it means getting a little help. That's why Nurse Next Door Home Care Services brings aged care and disability support right to your door. From companionship to 24/7 nursing, we are here for you. Visit nursenextdoor.com.au for more information.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
For somebody that's coming in from outside, I think the political landscape is ready for some change. I understand the career politician, but the career politician needs life experience. Can't say I'm going in expecting to win. I'm going in hoping I can make a difference and people can see that.
Yeah, Chris McDermott, former Crows captain, who spoke exclusively to Channel 9 tonight on the news about his move into politics. So that's an interesting shift for him. See how he goes.
Yeah, no, I think he'll do well.
Just as long as he doesn't ask us any advice, he'd be right.
But it'd be a hard state election if you're not Labor to get any sort of...
You mean traction?
Traction, that's the word I'm looking for. Anyway, let's leave it at that. For our Bricky team, Pembo and Will.
They're the
Hello,
experts.
Scott at Kangaroo Island.
Hey, man. How are you? Both legends?
Hey, Scotty.
How are you?
Good, mate.
You're both legends.
No,
Even though
no.
I don't know
I know what we
even
both
though
are. We're
I don't
grandparents.
know if I never voted for you, Timmy, but never mind. You are a legend
Thank
still,
you,
mate.
sir.
He is. He is.
And you should have been the first Port Adelaide captain. Anyway, blah, blah. I'm an old F1 fan. A long time ago. I'm talking like back in the days of Jackie Stewart and all that. I just loved all of that. The reason I rang up, mate, is because obviously you just had Mr. Illman online, who is someone who I actually hooked into on Facebook over the past year.
Yeah, right.
And him being an Australians in Formula One. That's fantastic. Yeah. He does a fantastic job.
He does.
I hope there's scope, maybe. You can talk to him more in the future going forward. And that's up to you guys. Fantastic. Then we get down to, sorry, I'm just trying to get my thoughts together here, guys. Obviously we were 100% behind Oscar Piastri, 2025. I was going to say it this year, and it's not anymore. And we will be again. I do also like the angle that Valtteri Bottas is now a de facto Australian.
He is.
And he's a de facto South Australian at McLaren Vale.
Yep.
Right? And I think there's an angle there for actually South Australia in general to take on that promotional value as to, obviously, adds to, I'll jump ahead, sorry, mate, as to, he loves it here. He loves the bogan hairstyles. He's bought his retreat with his beautiful partner down at McLaren Vale. All of that sort of stuff, mate. And I think there's an opportunity for everybody to jump on board and support this. Just doubting myself. Finnish driver, a Finnish national.
Yep. Well done, Scotty. Look, sorry we're hard up against the news. We get where you're coming from. You're passionate about him. We'll try and get Kim on through the year because now we've got his number. We can hound the living gizzards out of him. But, looking forward to a big 26 season of F1s.
Absolutely right. 29 minutes after 6. Riley O'Brien to give us the latest on Dan Curtin next.
Rowey and Timmy G, the FIVEAA Sport Show.
We've had a series of